I'm the club junior coordinator. Okay, and not many people know that at Bonn we have children's junior classes. Did you know? Probably when you saw the reception area, but we do. And we teach kids from 4 to 18-year-olds. When they turn 18, they actually go to the adult section. So from 4 to 17, all over the country, where we have branches and stuff. I'm going to give you an overview first of what the two main blocks are, and then we'll focus on Disney English, and then a little bit of what we do with older kids. So Disney English Bonn is for 4 to 9-year-olds, and we put them in groups depending on their age. We don't consider their English level, when their level of English, sorry, when they're that little, because we think it's more important that they're with kids the same age, they have the same interests, more similar interests and abilities, and it works better. Okay, so you'll find hopefully, ideally you'll have 4-year-olds together, 5-year-olds together, etc. But if we have enough kids of the same age, otherwise it's 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9 normally. Okay. And then from 10 to 17, it's called the course, so to speak, it's called Club Junior, and we level test them. That's a different story. We level test them. That means that you can have a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old together in the same group. Wow. It can happen. It doesn't normally happen because normally age and level go together, but it could. And then you work your magic and it's fun. Okay. Kids groups can have up to 8 kids, 8 students. With adults is 6, but with kids is 8. They're just smaller, so you can fit more in the room. No, not really. We have 2 types of classes. Trimestrals, like what we have for adults, but the difference is that kids sign up for the whole year, from September to June. It's divided up into 3 trimesters, but it's from September to June. And they choose one day a week to come to class, from Monday through Saturday, and they come in for 2 hours. So they can come in from Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 in the evening, because that's when they finish their school and everything, and they have time to get to Bonn. We're not like one of those English academies, that small ones that you have in the barrios, in the neighborhood. They have to come here from some of them come from Toledo, even like from very far away. So and then if they choose to come on a Saturday, that's 2 shifts, from 10 to 12, or they can come in from 12:15 to 2:15. If you work on Saturday morning, you earn a little bit more. Okay.
And can you say that again? Saturday from the
10 to 12, or 12:15 to 2:15 in the afternoon. It's always 2 hours and no break.
Okay.
No break, like adults.
Yeah.
And because our method is so dynamic and blah, blah, it's fun. The little ones, when I say little ones, I mean 4 to 9, okay? Get a chance to play, or they do some activities outside the classroom, and like out there. They never go out in the street, okay? But the reception area, depending on the branch, you'll have some common space or not. But the teenagers stay in the classroom, okay? All right, so that's classes all year round, and then at Christmas, Easter, and during the summer, except for August, because nothing really happens in August, we have junior impacts, or intensive courses. And the schedule is different then. It's from Monday through Friday for 4 hours a day. It's really intensive crash courses. And that's from 10 to 2 with a 15-minute break. Otherwise, no one could make it. Okay. What else? I'm talking about general stuff first, okay? Method. The method we use with kids is also the Bonn method. in that we motivate. The main thing is motivating them to speak English. We focus on their oral English, oral comprehension and speaking. Okay, like with that. We correct every mistake on the spot. We make them repeat, even when they're 4-year-olds. Okay, same thing. And they actually learn faster. The little sponges, and they get it, and that's nice. Okay. Something that's very, very important with kids, the first impression you make, the first day, it's better to start out very strict and demanding. Let them know you're a boss and it's your territory and you're in control. And then if you want to ease up later on, okay. But if you start out trying to be liked, trying to get them to like you and giving in, you won't gain their respect that way. They want you to be, you're the teacher, okay? So don't be afraid to be very strict and serious, okay? When be in the classroom before with adults, you're normally in the classroom before they come in. Greet them, look into their eyes, shake their hands if you want, call them by name. Set the rules and make them abide. I mean, if you say you're going to do something, if they don't go by the rules, if there's going to be a consequence, you have to actually keep your promise, because otherwise it will never work again. If you say, okay, if you speak Spanish again, I'm going to give you extra homework, or give them extra homework, little things like that. And the rules are simply speak English. Well, with adults, speak English at all times. You should speak English with them, even if you think they don't understand. Just use simple language and a lot of body language and be very expressive. You don't need to start a conversation. Sometimes it helps to demonstrate rather than explain, and they'll follow you. And sometimes if you want them, and repeat a lot. If you want them to do something, sometimes it's better to actually do it and then explain a lot. Okay? It helps to have a point system. They can all start out with 5 points each, for example, and then if they do something that they shouldn't do, like speak Spanish or be disrespectful or something that you don't want them to do, you take away points.
Do you have something for that, or can we use like ClassDojo or apps like that?
Or can you use what?
ClassDojo. It's amazing. They have like monsters and they start getting
You
points
could,
or
you could,
losing.
that's fine. Or just write down their names on the board for them to see.
ClassDojo.
Dojo. D-O-J-O.
Like an app or something, right?
Yes, it's something that you put there and they can see their monster. And if they lose points, it says like, and it shows the video and the monster is so sad. But if they get a point and it's like, dun, dun, and they're like, oh, we get a point. It's awesome.
Also, okay. If not, just write down their names on the whiteboard for them to see. And if they're very little, a smiley face or a sad face works as well. So point system, rules. You're the first figure of authority, right? And you're very important to them to even if you might think that they're complaining a lot and they say, oh, but we used to play a lot with the previous teacher, blah, blah. I'm trying to blackmail you. You're very important to them. And the experience they have in your classes might determine how they feel about English for the rest of their lives. So no pressure.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
So don't, like anything you do, they'll be watching. Keep your promises and everything, okay? But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, you're the first figure of authority. So if there's a problem, try to solve it. If you you can't, escalate, okay? There's always going to be a coordinator at reception there, or wherever you are, the branch you are, there will be someone you can go and, like, if they're sick, for example, go take them to the coordinator, but don't leave your kids unattended. And try to, that person should be nearby, okay? So don't leave your kids unattended for more than a few seconds, okay? And discipline-wise, first try to solve it. If it still goes on and on, and sometimes it cry for no reason, or you don't know what's going on, take them to that person as well. Okay, sometimes it's just a question of giving them a glass of water or making them think of something else for a few minutes. And if that coordinator can't help, or if it still goes on, then we'll talk to the parents. Especially with older ones, with teenagers. It's an attitude thing. Okay? But don't worry, everything will be fine. It's just okay, so you evaluate kids at the end of the trimester, and they evaluate you as well, with the same kind of questions that you get from the adult forms. If they can read and write. If they're little ones, they don't get a questionnaire like that. They get one with smileys or sad faces. You tell us if you like your classes, etc., etc. We know their kids, so we trust their judgment to a certain extent. We know that sometimes might be mad at you that day for whatever reason, and don't give you a bad night, so don't worry. But they do evaluate you, and you have to evaluate them at the end of the trimester. You have to answer about 12 questions, I think it is. You go online. We'll show you how. Okay. There's a deadline as well, so that they can get it in time. It's multiple choice kind of questionnaire. So you don't have to write out long paragraphs or something like that. And we send those evaluations to the parents. See, with adults, they get feedback right away. But with kids, we have like two clients, students and their parents, if you know what I mean. We're coordinators are the in-between people between you and parents. So you don't talk to them directly. Okay? If they ever need more feedback because they want to know more about their kids' progress or something, they ask us, and we ask you, and you give us and you tell us. You write us a short report, and we let the parents know what's going on. Okay? If you think there's a problem with the kid, let us know right away. If they don't do their homework, like twice in a row, let us know. But if they have a good reason, first time, okay, but twice, let us know so we can tell the parents, okay? Or if there's an attitude problem, behavior problem, keep us updated so we can tell the parents. If not, if you leave it too late, that's a problem, because then the parents will say, well, how come you didn't tell us anything beforehand, and we wasted our time and our money, blah, blah, blah. So it's very important. Just let us know. It's easier for you, right? In class, no food, no mobile phones. I mean, they can keep them in their pockets, but if they go off or something, you can confiscate them if they don't turn them off. Okay? And lead by example. If you use it for an activity or something, let them know exactly what it is for, so that they don't think that you're just texting there. Okay? But it should be, it shouldn't be necessary. Good. Okay, again, don't worry. Very important, always English and only English, okay? So they'll try to speak Spanish the whole time, but just bring them back to English, okay? And homework is very important. Every week, you should assign homework from 4 to 17-year-olds. We'll tell you what to assign. Anyway, but that's very important. And it's a tool that you can use also if you assign extra as a reward, or if they are very good, or as a punishment, so to speak, if they were bad that day, if they behaved bad. Okay. So let's start with Disney English. I'm just gonna keep it like this, okay? That's all right. So Disney English Bond is we started last trimester actually. So this is gonna be so it's all quite new still. Disney started an English teaching program in China, and then Italy, Poland, and now in Spain. It's the only places in the world where it's happening, and it's to teach English to kids. Obviously, we adapted it to our method, bond method, the material, the guides and everything, and this is the result. Okay. Next slide. Thanks. Okay, so it's 3 trimesters, as I was saying earlier, and it's for ages 4 to 9. I'm going to send this presentation to you by email later, okay, in case you can't see it very well. Yeah. Okay. So the first block is called lift off, like when a rocket is launched. Lift off. Their English lifts off as well. And the second one is shooting stars, because then their English expands all over the universe. Okay. These are the lift off 1, 2, 3, and shooting stars 1, 2, 3 are the names of the material, the books. You'll see it everywhere. Okay, you'll become very familiar with it. Don't panic, because it might be a little information now, but you'll learn it all. So if you see these initials like L1A, L stands for lift off. 1, it's because it's the first year. So therefore, normally, and A is a trimester. A is the first trimester, B is the second trimester, and C, the third trimester. Very good, you got it. Okay. And then the trimester structure. Normally, there are at least 10 weeks per trimester, from September to Christmas, Christmas to Easter, Easter to June. That's the minimum amount of weeks. If there are more, we do reviews. Okay, so in a trimester, you have 2 units, 5 lessons per unit. The first one is 6, because the 6th one is a review, and the second one is 5. If there's an 11th week, it will be a review as well. Okay. If you have any questions at any time, just ask. Okay. Then the material the teachers get, well, or that they're going to use, you don't get the screen, the screens in the classroom, but you're going to use one of these interactive whiteboards. Okay. And with the digital files, every digital file is a lesson, and those lessons have all the activities, well, part of the activities that you're going to do in the class, because not every activity is screen-based. Some of it is with Realia. Does anybody know what Realia is? Yeah. What is it?
It's used in everyday materials to teach, like newspapers, magazines.
Exactly. Or if you're pretending that you're in a restaurant, or you'll have a tablecloth and the food and stuff, things like that. So we have that kind of material, and also tools for the teacher for any class, like balls or baskets or inflatable microphones, things like that. Okay, scope and sequence is basically the syllabus, the program that you're going to follow. Teacher guides are teacher guides with the class plans, everything in detail. Printables, sometimes you need to print things that will be on the server, so we'll tell you where they are and you can print them. And the trimester material box, which is one of these. Can the people at home see it? So here you have, this was sent somewhere. Here you have L3C, which means that, can you see? L3C, which means that it's lift off. 3 is the 3rd year, so there will be how old these kids more or less?
7 to 9, 8,
6. 6, and sometimes 6 and 7, 5 and 6, depending on the students you have in that group. And then C, the 3rd trimester. So you have one of these per age per trimester, depending on the material you need. We'll go into detail later, okay? And students get homework books, and they have all kinds of activities. It all comes with an audio, so they can learn the songs for the vocabulary. They need visual aids, so they'll have the images on the books, and then they can listen to the words. They get flashcards or short story books, and they get a backpack as well at the beginning. Very cute backpack with this English thing. Well, I'll show you. Well, I can show you now. Limbo Rock or Overthink. Oh dear. Thank you. Right. So here's an example of homework books that they get.
Snow White. I want to learn English here.
Yeah. Pocahontas.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Okay. So this is a homework book for 8 and 9-year-olds, and this is third trimester. So every trimester is based on 2 movies and their characters. This one's Toy Story and The Lion King. And you have to assign for homework the lesson that you've been working on that day. Okay? It's very important that at the beginning, like on the first day when we give out the books, that they write down their names in them and all the material. Okay, going back to general stuff. On the first day of class, we give the material to the little ones at the end of the class, because that's when you decide, okay, this group is okay like this. We don't need to make any changes to move any kids to any other groups. But with the 10 to 17-year-olds, we give them the books on the second week, because there might be changes. Okay, there might be changes because you think we level test them, but sometimes those tests aren't accurate, or maybe they were nervous that day or something, and you think this kid would be better off in a different group. So we wait till the second week of the course to give them the material. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. Going back to Disney ones, they get their homework book. From 4 to 8-year-olds, they get flashcards, vocabulary flashcards. They each get a pack to take home and bring back, because it's the way they see their. Here, I'll give you. Can you pass on?
No.
I want you to keep them. So, for example, this one's for lift off 1C, so it's 4-year-olds third trimester, and here they see they have the words and the audio that they have on an app. Okay, the parents have to download the app, and you'll have access to all of this as well, because you need to be familiar with the material in order to assign homework and correct it. So, for example, this word is swim. They see the correct spelling, and this is what you see in blue letters is the wrong pronunciation. Okay. So they're really cool, and they use them for activities, and sometimes their homework is playing. Then 9-year-olds don't get flashcards; they get storybooks, short story books, like this. They're short stories, with an audio. They're bilingual in both English and Spanish, and you'll assign them for homework every week. Okay, you want to take a look?
Yeah, thank you.
Here you go. You guys will have access to it on the server. We'll let you know how to access everything. Okay? And you'll get, from at your branches, you'll get a copy of the homework book so that you can know what to correct, how to correct it, and what to assign. Okay.
So you said these ones were bilingual?
Yeah, both in English and Spanish. Oh, sorry. So originally
okay,
they were,
okay.
but we changed them. Well spotted. We changed them so that they would only be in English.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so scope and sequence. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scope and sequence is, as we said, the syllabus that you're going to follow, what we teach, and when to teach it. It will be on the server. I'll send you this information, okay? Because you don't have access to the server yet or anything, the internal server. So I'll send you this information. And it's very important that you know you're familiar with it because, well, to know what your students have done already and what you can review when it's review weeks, if you have extra review weeks, and so on. Here's an example of what it looks like. It's a big Excel a spreadsheet. You have the lesson number. So this is SH stands for Shooting Stars 2 because it's the second year Shooting Stars, so there are 8. And A is the first trimester. O1, lesson 1. A lot of information. Disney property. Well, that's the characters of the movie it's based on, or they use as in the book. The lesson theme: sports, play, etc. The target vocabulary. So in every lesson, you have from 6 to 8 target vocabulary words and flashcards. You also have teachers' flashcards that I'm going to show you in a minute. And here you have the number. You'll find this helpful when you start working. Okay, it's good to know what number every word is, because on your teacher flashcard it doesn't show. The name, the word doesn't show. Because if they see it, it's no good for activities. Okay, they can see it on their student flashcards, but not on the teacher one. And sometimes it's obvious that a flashcard represents bowling, but sometimes if it's, I don't know, something more abstract, it's hard to tell what they mean. Yeah, I'll show you later. And these are the target grammar for those particular lessons. Normally, the first lesson is a review of the previous trimester and preparation for the current one. That's why there's no target vocabulary here. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. Teacher guides. Okay, we have one here, actually, in the box. So they're little booklets like this that you'll find in the material box, and also online. We'll share them with you so that you can look at them at home before coming, because you should know what you're going to do before coming, even though you have the printed version in class. Okay. So in the teacher guides, you'll find a class plan, like the schedule. It's really detailed. Well, the target vocabulary and structures, the material you need, everything, and the schedule with the recommended minutes for every activity. Every one of these lines is an activity, and then every activity is explained. It tells you what to do for everything. Okay, we're going to practice later, so you'll get to see it in more detail. IWB files. Interactive whiteboard files, those are the digital files I was talking about. There's one per lesson, and they're all in the screen. Okay? This is the box, the very important box. Okay, so here you can find teacher flashcards. In one of these or a similar folder, I feel like I'm selling something here. Okay. Can you help me?
Yeah, of course.
I have an assistant. Can you hold it like this? Thank you. So you have it says previous trimester here. Okay, this is the old way. These are all the flashcards, teacher flashcards from the previous semester for reviews. Instead of here, you'll find them in the common supply coverage from now on. But this is what they look like. Okay, it's just a block like that. And as you can see, okay, I'm going to pick one up just because it's cute. So here's number 1. And it doesn't give you the word anywhere. So how are you going to know what this represents? Well, you go back to your scope and sequence. And this is not bowling, it's actually hello. But it would tell you if we were in the right unit, okay? They're really nice. So you'll find these. You come to slide covered, And here, what you will see, thank you, divided into little plastic folders like this, the target vocabulary ones that you need for that lesson. So here you have lesson 1, 1, bird, 2, cat, 3, dog, etc. And they're all in here. How about that? Okay, teacher class card. Thank you very much, Christine. And then you have situational realia, what we were talking about earlier. For example, you have little aprons here because it's about food. I mean, in a restaurant, you have toy food. You have animals. It tells you exactly. You have exactly what you need here, and you also have other type of teacher tools. So a ball. Sometimes it's really good to drill kids. If you ask them a question and you throw the ball at them, that simple thing makes it a lot more dynamic already. Okay. Inflatable microphone. It's silly, but it's motivational tools. Okay. Very important. Basket, foldable basket. And this little booklet, which is Realia Checklist. Okay, these material boxes have have everything you need, but it's very easy to lose this stuff, especially with kids around. It's very important, and teachers are responsible for this. That everything that you've used during that class goes back to the box after the class, before the class ends actually, and it's in your class plan. So here for lesson 1. This one was only used once. The teacher has to take off, not actually take off, but make sure that everything they used goes back to the box. They write down the date, name, and signature. And this box stays in the classroom. Yeah? Yeah. Very, very important that. Okay. And this is the two materials we were talking about earlier. The book. Oh, something I forgot to say. In the student books, at the end of every book, you have these kind of pages. This is a communication tool between you and the parent. Indirect, otherwise we are the liaisons. But here you have it. Every day, you have to write down date, your name, any comments, and a one-liner feedback. Okay? For the kids. Yeah, very quickly. While they're doing, find a moment. Well, maybe they're doing a craft or something, and it shouldn't be long. Okay? Their homework. You have to make sure they write down what their homework is. If they can't write yet, write it for them. Okay, and it will just be lesson, whatever. Or if you give them extra, that extra bit. Okay. And then you have another box at the bottom, parents' comments. So if they want to say something back, that's where they write. Okay? Good.
This is not very common in Spain, right?
What's not very common in Spain, sir?
The communication.
Well, they have, but they have agendas. They have.
I mean, in when you're in school,
Uh-huh.
when you're in primary school, do you have these in Spain?
Sometimes they do. Or what's really common is for the teacher to talk to the parent directly, and they have scheduled meetings, but you don't have time for that.
No, okay.
And you don't have time for that because it's not in your schedule. You might have another class right away, right after, and sometimes the language is it's a barrier. There can be a lot of misunderstandings, and so we do that for you.
What kind of comments?
Uh,
Very general, like, you did pretty well today. Or
That's always good. Or just a smiley.
No negative comments?
Negative. They were awful. Yeah, negative in a nice way. Like so-and-so needs to focus more, or so-and-so didn't do their homework today, or
Yeah.
be careful how you phrase it, But yeah, and if in doubt, let us know. Okay.
Can
So
we
we're
have
paragraph.
like stamps or stickers?
If you, well, we don't have them.
Oh, but can I?
You could use them, but we don't have a budget for that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But if you,
easy.
but remember, it's a message for the parents.
No.
Okay.
Not for this. And here
No,
goes
just
the
sign
well
it
today.
too.
No, for them.
Yeah, that's fine. But don't give them any food,
No.
okay? Food, that's a very important one. You know, food, there are a lot of allergies and food intolerances and everything, and parents don't want us to get in the streets and things like that, right? Okay, so this is, we finished with all the general stuff, and now we're going to see something more practical. I sent you guys, 3 lesson plans. Can you open the one that's called L3C8, please? And I'm gonna give it to you now. Yeah, L3C8. Thank you. Okay. So L stands for what again? Lift up. 3. Sure. 3 is how old you can. Do you want me to give it that student
Yeah.
book? Or if you want to use them to write to as a board? No? Okay. Can you take a look? Can you start reading it? See, to become familiar with it, the materials, teacher preparation, and everything. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way very quickly.
It says here print the number sheet. Can we request printing to be done here?
Come again?
They were just print the
Yeah,
number
you can print here. You can print in your office. And you can, not everyone is allowed to print, to use a color printer, but if you're a junior teacher, you can, because you have to. It has to be colored. Has to be colored.
So there's a specific place here you can go and print.
Yeah, there is. There is. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, it tells you the materials that you need. And if sometimes there's some teacher preparation, not like it's just making sure you have all the material you need. Get it from the, sometimes it will be mostly in the box, but it can also be something that you need to print from the server or from the common supply cupboard. There should be something similar to that. Art supply or common supply cupboard. We have them here, okay? And you just have to make sure that you get it before the class. Then it gives you the lesson objectives, target vocabulary, target sentences, and then the schedule I was talking about. You will have to read this at home and learn what you have to do before coming, because if you expect to be here with the kids and say, okay, wait, let me figure out what comes next. No. Okay, you lose them. Right, but we need to find, so the box will be in your classroom, okay, depending on the branch. They might keep them somewhere else. You need to ask your coordinator. And then the IWB file for this particular lesson and all the lessons will be in the screen. So after the break, I'm going to turn this off and let you start from scratch so you know how to find it. But now I'm not going to switch. So there is, you'll find, once you switch it on, you'll find something like this. It says all shortcuts, and it's shortcuts to all of the IWB files. There's one per lesson, L1CO. I don't know if you guys at home can see it very well, but it's all the, every file is a lesson, okay? We're gonna open the one called L3 CO8, L3CO8, which is right here. It takes a few seconds. So do this before the kids come in, okay? Be ready. It's a bit tricky. Okay, you can either tap twice or do what I did. I find it more reliable and just go abrir. Once I count it, and it's 15 seconds. Water. And that's why it's important to have it ready before the class. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Argentina.
Okay,
You're from Venezuela.
okay,
Ireland.
okay. We're good. All right. So this is what it looks like. The screen, it's all the same. So how can I tell this is a new one? Because of this. Sometimes you also have a black one pop up. You don't need, hey. Just close it, okay? Because this is for a projector, but we don't use a projector. Now here's your lesson. How do you find the menu to access all activities? Either this side or that side, you tap twice. And here's your bar with an eye. And ENV is environmental image. Environmental image is the one you use when you're doing activities that are not screen-based. You know, so they know, okay, so we could do something else. It will tell you in your teacher guide where to go and which one to open. The eye gives you access to something called O/C. It means open and close menu. And it gives you the welcome screen, which is that one. And a lot of things, some of them are common to every lesson. And here in ACT, that stands for activity. That's what you find, where you find the activities specific to this lesson. Okay, so if you go back to OC, open close menu, every class starts with what? A hello song. And it finishes with a goodbye song that you learn very well by the end of the trimester. Okay, so let's see what this one looks like. I recommend turning it down, turning the volume a bit down. Aha. And play. Maybe it's a bit low. So it changes per trimester.
Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, what's your name? Hello, hello, smile and sing with me. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great
So here you would have them sing along, dance along,
nice to see you, nice to see you. How are you?
or maybe give you a high five.
It's gonna be a great day, a great day.
Or maybe count the Martian. Isn't it great? I mean, it's gonna be a great day. Yeah. Okay, so that would be your class opener with a hello song. They know that we're starting. Okay, so in your lesson plan, you have class opener. That it said begin class with a hello song from, and sometimes you give you a routine to do with them. Sometimes it's just sing along, blah, blah. And then the second activity in this case is clap and say vocabulary categories. Let's do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the environmental image on. Clap and say. Okay, so have a read, and at home, and you at home too. Have a read to see how it works, and then we'll actually do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you. So I'm gonna need
You're
three,
welcome.
all of you. Yeah.
In a circle, like.
Yeah.
Where they can see us, right?
Maybe stand. Maybe stand. Okay. Christine, I know you want to. Everybody, actually. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So this one under.
Yeah.
No, this one. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
One under, one below. Yeah. And you with her? No, yours
No,
are
no.
not. Yeah, one under and one below.
Yeah,
Like
we're
this.
doing like this.
And,
Oh!
and palms up. Okay.
Yeah.
This could be done with vocabulary, days
Yeah.
of the week. Yeah. Just counting depending on what you want to do. So we're going to do it with vocabulary. We're going to do it with wild animals because we have a very high level of English. And we're going to decide it's 10. So you have to say your number and then a wild animal. Okay.
Okay.
When you get to 10, whoever, well, let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say 1, penguin. 2,
2, tiger. 3, lion.
4 giraffe.
then, yeah.
5, ostrich.
6, whale. 7, tiger. It's already been said, right? Oh, bad. Okay, so 7, snake.
8, dolphin. 9, monkey.
10 elephant.
Okay, look. Okay, 10 elephant, and you actually touch her clap, so you would lose.
You have to
Well,
take out
you
your
have
hand.
to take away your hand
Ah,
before
okay.
he gets to clap it.
At 10.
At 10.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. So that's the key. Okay. Okay, so 10.
10 elephant.
Ah, so he won. Yeah? You get it?
Yeah.
Good. So they actually like this one very much. It's very simple, but they like it.
Sitting down, right?
Sit- You can stand or sit. Here up to you. Yeah. Practice at home with your friends.
When they say the numbers, I mean,
Right, even though it's two.
What's the question again?
Sorry, it's singular. All the animals are mentioned in singular.
Singular.
Like even if it's 2,
Well,
3.
yeah,
You won't say 2 lions, but 2 lions.
yeah, because it's not, you can say 2 lions if you like as well, but we say the numbers because, so that we know when to stop
Yeah.
when 10 comes. Okay, so the next one is another one that's not screen-based either. See, we try not to make it too screen-based because even though these activities are dynamic, we want them to do both, right? So the next one, favorites and possessive adjectives. That's the name is not very catchy, maybe, but you don't need to tell them. Tell them what we're practicing here. Okay, and what do we need for this one? A ball. Okay, where will we find the ball?
There.
Yeah. Okay. Then you can also use a die, just something soft to throw. Always something soft. When you're throwing. Not that. Leave access at home. Okay.
And do we get uniforms or?
No.
So we have.
Oh, dress code. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Okay. Dress code for Club Junior. Like this, for instance. Don't wear it. Yeah, comfortable because you're going to be sitting on the floor. Casual. Yeah, casual.
But pretty.
Pretty casual. Casual. But remember you're at work. And don't wear a tie, either, or heels, or things that might put them off. You know, don't look too much like an adult. Too serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to go and teach adults right after this or before. So maybe you want to, maybe don't wear jeans that day, but something that you can dress up or down. Yeah. These balls are inflatable, so there should be a pump in every common supply board. Okay, covered. All right. So for this one, can you have a quick read at the next exercise so that you know how it goes? if you ever find something, a mistake or something that's not really clear in one of the teacher guides, we appreciate it if you let us know so that we can correct it, okay? You can write to me directly. I'll send you an email later, so you'll have my email address and everything. I'll send you more information and we keep in touch. Okay, so for this one, again, you can just sit there if you like, okay? So I'm gonna say, what are we gonna work on now? Fruit, yeah. My favorite fruit is watermelon. What about you?
My favorite fruit is banana. What about you?
Oh, very good.
My favorite fruit is an orange. What about you?
My favorite fruit is an apple. What about you?
Can you speak up? I'm not sure if they can hear. Can you hear us? Yeah, okay.
Okay, my favorite fruit is the banana. What about you? My favorite fruit is pineapple. What about you?
Okay, watermelon. Okay, very good, very good. So now, I'm gonna ask you about other people's favorite fruit. Okay, what's his favorite? What's his favorite fruit?
His favorite fruit is orange.
Okay, okay, very good. Ask somebody else.
What's Christine's favorite?
Stick to possessive adjectives.
Her favorite fruit is an apple.
Was it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I know.
okay. No, then you throw it at her.
What's Camilla's favorite fruit?
Camilla's favorite
Oh, you're
fruit
right, you're right.
is banana as well. What's her favorite fruit?
His favorite fruit is watermelon. What's one more, right? What's Diana's favorite fruit?
What's her favorite
Hey,
fruit?
what's her favorite?
Oh my God!
Same as
Same
yours.
points.
Out.
Sorry, same as yours. Banana. Sorry.
So her favorite.
Her favorite fruit is banana.
Very good. Okay. Hi. Trini.
Yes.
Hello.
Morning.
Welcome, welcome. Oh, hi.
Very jazzy, James. Very jazzy. I thought it was called kids here. I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your name, sir?
James.
James.
Jimmy.
Elena. Okay, so, yeah, let me give you. We're going over this lesson plan at the moment, okay?
Yeah.
And we've just done this one. We'll move on to this one in a second. Okay, so as you can see, they were practicing his, her, my, your. And so it's a way of drilling, disguising the drill as a game. And that's a philosophy in general. If you have to compare adults' method with ours, is that you drill them, but you disguise everything as a game or as a competition. You correct them and you make them repeat. Yeah? Okay. Are you excited? Yay!
I love
Okay, next. The next one is actually string-based. It's called Whose Is That? Whose Is That? So it says, from the menu, select Whose One Slide. Where's the menu? Here, over here. Oh yeah, it's showing. Okay. So, how do I find that activity? The I, that's it. The I is the key. And then I go to act. That stands for activity. You have S. S stands for slide. A for activity. M for music video. Okay. S. Okay. When it's a slide, here, minimize. It doesn't do anything. It's not interactive. It's more like a reminder or something to show you what you have to. What you have to do. Okay. We don't encourage. I'm going to stand here. Yeah, so you can see better. I don't know if this guy can
Would you like me to sit over here?
Is that all right?
Or
Yeah,
here?
yeah. So we don't encourage them to read. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but this is, remember, you don't want them to go fast, it's for you to see. Okay, so have a little read. So you're just introducing the vocabulary, basically. You don't have those objects there, backpack, floor, but where do you always have your visual aids?
In the room you're in?
In the room, if you have backpack. This vocabulary, yes, actually, but sometimes it's not, it's like bowling and things like that. But you have your flashcards. You find them in your folder and you find, okay, lesson 8 we're doing. You would have set them aside before the class. And if you have actual objects as well, it's always helpful. Here we go. Chair. I brought a backpack from home in case nobody else had a backpack. Okay. Book. Thank you. Christina, I'm gonna need another one. I'm just okay. Okay. So this is a door. If it's the very first time listening to this vocabulary, first you have to introduce it, right? Okay. Door. Everybody. Door. Very good. Floor.
Floor.
Okay. Table.
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 Say it 5 times.
Table.
Yes, very good. Window.
Window.
Window. Very good. Backpack.
Backpack.
Book.
Book.
Oh my God, I love books. Okay. Chair.
Chair.
Chair. Okay. Say like a light. Chair. You're very good. Desk. It's like desk. One desk and 2 desks. Like sword fighting. Okay. Is this a window? No, it's not. Say it. No, it's not. Okay. Is it a table?
No, it's not.
Is it a backpack?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's
a
Very good. Is this a window?
No,
What is it?
It's
Is
a
it
door.
Etc. Very expressive. Okay. All right. So put the what's this again?
Backpack.
Very good. Put the backpack on the chair. And Christine goes and puts the backpack on the chair. Very good. Whose backpack is that? It's Yana's backpack. Is it? Did you feel it? Okay. It's right. So this is it gives you the vocabulary and the commands that you want to work on, imperatives. Okay. Then next activity. Within the same activity, you have a second part. It tells you to select activity who's to, right? Okie doke. So here you would be, if it's an activity, it's interactive. So here you would be doing the same kind of thing, but using the screen and things in the room. All right. So, okay, Diana. In fact, Diana, Camila, Isabella, Jamie, Rory, Christine. Yes. Jose, Aiden, Nicole. Hi. Okay. So, Diana, put the backpack on the chair. Go. Everybody, put the backpack on the chair. Put the backpack on the chair. On the chair. Go. And then tap the chair. Yay! Very well. Okay, Diana. Tell Rory to put the backpack on the chair.
Put the backpack on the chair.
Wait, this chair?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Rory, put the backpack on the chair. Everybody,
Put the
put the backpack on the
backpack
chair. Well done. Okay, very good. Okay, Christine. Okay. Open the door, quick, open the door. Everybody, open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Isabella, to open the door, but the door is open. Close the door. Close the door. Tell her to close the door. Very good. Okay, Jenny, put your phone on the table. Quick. Jamie, tell oh, I haven't done anything yet. Come here, tell Camila to put the book, a book, who has a book, on the table. Very good.
Camila, put the book on the table.
Very good. Yay! All right. Etc. So it's actually very interactive.
So all of these are high tempo, every single, in terms of,
I don't get carried away.
yeah, but I mean, that's the idea, is to keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you keep them busy, you keep them out of trouble. They won't misbehave because they
Idle mind.
won't have time. Yeah. But you can't be like that for 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. Tired already.
You can't be like that for 2 hours. So we try to, some of them are high pace, some of them are lower pace. Like the 2 we did before this were so high pace. And it also depends on your energy. Okay. So there are loads of things you can do. Turn the lights. Okay, and then sometimes if something is pending like that, it's highlighted, it won't let you do anything else. It won't let me close the window because, yeah? Okay. So where's my class plan? What's the next one?
Pass and guess.
We're not gonna do that, well,
Sorry, do we get to see what we can do?
yeah,
Maybe
you're gonna practice
activities?
first. We're looking at this class plan together and then I'm gonna give you activities to conduct yourselves.
But I mean, every time that we have an activity like this, do we get to see what's available on the screen for us to do?
Yeah, you can, if you come in beforehand and,
Yeah.
and,
You can try.
here it gives you a list of the things you can do,
Oh, okay.
but it's not always the case. Okay, the list of red commands. Okay, so we're doing, imperatives, but also whose. Remember to ask whose. Whose backpack is that? Does everybody know? It's Russell's backpack. Do you know who Russell is? You know the movie Up?
Oh,
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts.
It's the dog at the door now, is it?
This one. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
become familiar with Disney and Pixar and. Okay. Passing guess. It's okay. We're gonna pass on that one.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Musical chairs. Is everyone familiar with musical chairs? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I love it. So that's very useful. That's one we play a lot, but not just to listen to music and run around. You have to practice your English with it. Okay, so and you always find instructions to do so. Okay, in every lesson there's a song. If it's not a review one, there's a song that they'll have for homework, and then the following day you'll play it again to check that they've learned it. Okay, that's if there's fun, we'll see. Now in this lesson, and the stories and the music, everything is using Disney voices, like their styles. It's very catchy, but the grammar and it expresses the grammar and the vocabulary from the lesson. Like in this one, we have one called In the Backpack. Okay, what do you do during a song? You have sometimes it gives you guidelines. It says, okay, everybody should raise their hands every time they see a dog, or they should split the class into 2 teams and have them sing at different times, like a small competition, or it gives instructions. And this one, sing along and do the actions. So we're going to do that. Are you ready? Okay, so you have to pretend. Open the door, everybody! Sit on the floor! Yay! Read the book! Okay, put
the table, yes. Everybody sit on the chair. Where are they sitting? They're sitting on the chair. Yes. Whose chair is that? It's the chair. Yes. What window? See, it's the first time you heard it, and it's already catching. Open the door, everybody. Open the floor. Yes. In the backpack. Okay. Yay. Okay. Isn't that magic? Okay, well, I'm gonna stop it here, okay? Because you have time to listen to the whole thing. Okay, so you're doing. Whose book is that? You see? So you're doing your imperatives, whose, and your target vocabulary again and again in different ways. Okay, the next activity is not screen-based because it doesn't tell you to go to the menu and open anything. So that's how you know. So I would bring up the environmental image, and then they know, oh, we're gonna do something else. Rock, paper, scissors. What do you need? Target vocabulary flashcards. Where are they? Well, yeah, right here. In the box. In the backpack. Okay. So, what do we need? 2 teams, right? Oh my God! And now that we have Jamie here, it's 3 and 3. So perfect. Okay. Is everyone familiar with rock, paper, scissors? Excellent. Right, let's do this. So 1 team here, you 3 here, Princess, and you 3, can you stand? Can you girls stand up, please? And can you stand facing them?
Team Europe on this side.
Yes, and make sure they see you. Okay, maybe you can walk up a bit. Okay. So the teacher has. I'm going crazy here. Okay, can you walk that way more so that they see you?
I think we can change, like we can move the, no?
Positions.
No, the camera. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah?
Now it's on the face.
Oh.
Like this, like this.
Fall, I think.
Maybe
Fall.
like that.
Yeah.
I was born for that.
Okay. So, 2, 2, 2. First pair, Camilla and Jamie. Let's see. Go. Rock, paper, scissors. Say.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, tie again.
Rock,
paper, scissors.
Again.
Paper, scissors.
Yay! So Camille wins. Very good. You get to pick out a flashcard. What is it? Okay, what's this?
A backpack.
It's a backpack.
It's a backpack.
Very good. Yay! So, oh, we forgot to name your teams. What's your team's name?
South America.
Your South American team. Yeah.
Team Europe.
Team Europe. So, 1 flashcard for
South
South
America.
American team. Backpack. Very good. Next pair. Okay, go. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, time again. Rock, paper, scissors. Ah! South American team again. Pick it. Yeah. Okay. Very good. What's this?
A book. It's a book.
It's a book. Very good. Everybody.
It's
a
a book.
Yay! Okay. So another point for
South America.
South American team. Okay. Ready? Go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Here we go. Are you sure? Okay. So what's this?
It's a desk.
It's a desk. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Everybody, it's
It's
a
a
desk.
desk.
Hey, very good. Let's see. I'm going to give you another chance. I'm gonna ready? Come on.
Come on, Jimmy.
But you have to
Oh,
say it.
yeah.
I have to say it.
Remember, always make them speak.
Yeah.
Rock,
paper, scissors.
Yeah! Okay. what that is. Ask her.
What is that?
That's a window.
Okay, is that right?
Yes, it
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do something. If he makes a correct sentence with this window, with this word, sorry, he might get a chance to win it from you. Win it over.
Steal it.
Ah,
I like
steal it.
Come on.
Okay.
It's a window.
That's what they
But I'm going to ask you the question. Whose window is it?
It's Russell's window.
It is indeed. Okay.
Okay.
So that you keep it
No, that's
balanced.
not fair.
So that you keep it balanced a bit, but they have to earn it.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna stop there to move on to the next section. I know you want to play.
That was a draw.
Good. Here.
Should I hold the camera?
Yes, please. So that they can see the screen. There. Yeah, a little bit closer. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay, the next one is called I Spy a Book. And it's screen-based again. What do you need? Paper,
A pencil and a book.
a pencil, and a book. Okay, I brought a pencil. It's here somewhere. Here we go. And a book. Can somebody supply paper? You're gonna give up your class. Thank you very much. Okay, so the material. We're gonna put this on this chair. From the menu, select the I Spy a Book activity. So, I act for activity. I Spy a Book activity. Okay, if you want to minimize this, then there. It says read the sentence and tap the matching image. That's what you do. Okay, but don't encourage them to read it. Encourage them to repeat. So, you go. Are you ready to stand up and run?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, I go. Go. Sit on the floor. Okay, sit on the floor. Jenny. Sit on the floor. Again. Sit on the floor. Again.
Double tap,
Yay!
is it?
Correct. Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
Very good. And then you sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. Here you have two teams again, or you can do it individually. Okay, next one. Open the book. Christine, come on, open the book. Everybody, open the book. Yes, son, don't worry. Correct. Yay! Thank you very much. What did you do? I opened the book. Well done. Okay, next, touch the pencil. Rory. Come on, everybody, touch the
Whoa,
pencil.
touch the pencil.
Yeah, very good. What did you do?
Touch the pencil. I touched the pencil.
Very good. Okay, do you want to play teacher?
Okay. Okay, touch the desk, Diana.
Everybody.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, well done.
Well done. Sit on the chair, Christine.
Sit on the chair.
You're all very good.
What did you do?
I sat on the chair.
Very good. Put your hand on the paper, Isabella.
Okay. And since we have actual realia, you can combine those the commands from the screen with actual. Yeah. So you tell them touch the paper, and then you tell that student to touch the actual paper. Yeah, like similar to what we did earlier. That's what this was for. Can we move on?
I lost my lesson plan.
You lost it?
Yes.
Somebody else already needs one. No, okay. So the next one. So you see, we're making a screen and not.
Yeah.
Alien in trouble. Right. It's good as a kids teacher to be, the more of a clown you are, the better. Right? I'm not saying try to be light, given to what they want, but like be very expressive and try to make them, keep them entertained, right? So this is just an exercise in which you pretend you're an alien, you've landed on this planet, and you don't know what things are for and whose they are. Just practicing whose. So you're gonna act the same sorry, ask us a question again and again. So it's a way of drilling, but in a role play kind of way. Hello, I'm an alien, although I sound more like a robot. Hello. What's this for? What's this for? What's this for? See, that's a good one I wrote. First, what's this for?
It's for books.
It's for books. What's this for? What's this for? Is it for writing?
No.
Is it? No, it's not. Okay. What's this for? Is it for keeping books?
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is.
Okay. Who's and what's it called? What's it called? What's it called?
It's a
It's a backpack.
Okay. Okay. Whose backpack is it? Whose backpack is it? Whose backpack is it? It's your backpack. Okay. Who wants to give it a go?
Rory wants to play.
Okay, I understand you might feel more self-conscious around adults, but with kids, just go crazy, okay? And then the good thing about being an alien or a robot is you repeat. And then you can have them do it as well.
How do you switch from one activity to the other? Do you tell
Quickly,
them?
quickly.
Okay, but you tell them I'm an alien now. Because you cannot start acting like an alien without saying anything, right? Or it doesn't work. They'll believe it.
I'll put some sunglasses on or maybe a wig or a shirt and
Yeah.
quickly like,
They'll catch on. With older ones, it's important that you tell them where you're practicing and that activity, because sometimes they'll go back home and say, oh, we're just playing in class, we don't do
How
anything.
old are the older ones?
The older ones from 10 to 17. These here, what we're doing here now is for 4 to 9-year-olds.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So with the little ones, don't tell them now we're going to practice imperatives.
No.
But with the with the older ones, do, because to make it clear, so that they go back home and feel that they've been having fun, but also learn. Yeah. Alrighty. And the last one, we're gonna have a break later, okay? In a minute. But the last one in this, we're gonna do a couple more things actually. But the last activity is also screen-based. It's called Earn a Merit Badge. Earn a Merit Badge. What do we need?
Post-it
Post-it notes and crayons. Guess what? I left my Post-it notes somewhere else, but don't worry.
She has some.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you for offering.
Wow.
Cool, right?
Okay, do you mind if we use one each? Oh, well, three, just 3 people. So, you would have them take up one shoe and write their name on the Post-it note and stick it on their shoe or an item of theirs. I think shoes are fun, but any item of theirs. Okay, and they have to line up the items in front of the classroom. Who wants to do this one? You don't need to decor your shoes. It could be your pen or your bottle of water. Yeah, 3, please.
Okay for me.
No, one for 3
For me?
people. For 3
Okay.
people. Yes, they're gonna write your name on it, and are you gonna put it on your notebook? Okay.
But when they're 4-year-old,
This is for 8-year-olds. This lesson.
yes.
No, 6-year-olds. Sorry, because it's L3. Yeah. So choose an item of yours, your book or your backpack. Since we have target vocabulary, use it. Use your
Okay.
backpack and your book. Okay, that's perfect. And your bottle of water. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's not too sticky.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be long. So, okay. So for guys at home, there's a bottle of water with Isabella's name on it. Okay. There's a backpack with Camila's name on it, and there's a book. We're gonna say it's a book with Diana's name on it. Okay. All right. So whose book is that? Whose book is that?
It's Diana's book.
Everybody, it's Diana's book.
It's
Diana's
book.
Yay! Okay, Diana. So you come up here. Come, Diana, come to the board. All right, and you get to give Russell a merit badge. Just tap on the sash. And somewhere else where there's not a badge. Yay! You get him a badge.
Okay.
And that's your,
Notice how it happens.
tap
Something
again,
happens?
tap again. And a badge.
Oh, okay, okay.
And that's your reward. You get to give him a merit badge. So it's just a motivational tool, really. There's nothing else. Okay, whose bottle of water is that?
Isabella.
It's Isabella's. Are you okay? Are you okay?
It's Isabella's.
Yay! Isabella, you get to give it a merit badge. Well done. Over there. Yay! Okay. Whose backpack is that? Everybody.
It's
Camila. Okay, Camila, so you get to give Russell a merit badge. Go. Yay! And everybody will do that. You see? So sometimes these are just tools, motivational tools. Okay, so far so good. Homework, very, very important. Now, the older they get, the more homework they get. We estimated that 10 minutes or so are for the little ones would be enough to correct homework with them. But if they're older, it might take like 20. So don't do it all in one go. Feel free to do it during the lesson, and break it up in 2 bits. So it doesn't get too, it doesn't drag on too long. So everybody would take their homework books out. Okay. And you would correct what they've done, just the lesson. Sometimes they just have to color in to check that they've done it correctly. Yeah. Sometimes they'll have, when they're older, they'll have to write out a small paragraph or something, have them read it out loud, and make sure you correct it, that they didn't go back home with something that's not corrected. Yeah. Sometimes the homework will be that they had to learn the song, so play it and have them sing it, or maybe they had to play a game, play it in class.
So when you say correct it, so they can bring it home, you talking about like
This is their homework book.
fixing their mistakes with a pencil or a red pen or what?
If it's something written,
Yeah.
with a red pen.
Yeah, red pen.
So they keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they
keep them.
Yeah, they keep them. Yeah, they bring them. They take them home to do their homework, and they bring them. Well, red or something that's visible.
Yeah.
Visible. Yeah. The little ones won't have much. This is the lyrics to the song. Okay. Very, very important, the homework. And then you assign what they have to do for the following week, which it will be the lesson that you're working on at the moment. Make sure they write it down. Remember what they have to write down, what the homework is? At the end of the book. At the end of the book, okay? Jamie didn't see it.
You space the end for notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day, here, date, teacher's name, one-liner, feedback, homework. If they're little, they won't be able to write, so you have to do it for them very quickly. Yeah?
So first you correct old homework and then you give them.
Yeah, and assign. But you'll see, sometimes there are a lot of activities in these lessons. So if you don't have time to do everything, skip the story. Sometimes there's a story that they have to watch and ask questions, and you ask questions about it. Skip it, and skip the song. Okay, and skip review exercises. You'll have to see how you do the time, but focus on the target and the target vocabulary and grammar for that lesson. Okay. All right. Then, if there's no time for the class review, don't do it. But it's very important that you tidy up. By this, I mean that everybody packs their own stuff, and that the things that you used in that lesson from the Realia box go back in the box. Tick, 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 and it goes back in the box. Okay, and you also need to sign the Realia checklist for that day, as we said earlier. Okay? Everything's there, so you sign it.
When are we going to set homework, like actually write in their notebooks, like this is the homework for parents to see?
When during the homework slot. So first you correct it, and then very quickly, you write it down there. It's just like a unit, whatever, or lesson one. Lesson
So it's
two.
already premeditated homework. We don't
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
make
yeah.
drills or
No,
questions.
no, no, no.
And what are
It's
they
the lesson
doing?
in their
Yes, so they follow a
Homework
strict
book.
syllabus. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
very strict.
So you just basically write down what page or unit.
Exactly. Units, da.
And what do they do while we do that?
It's just 1 minute literally because you're gonna go. So they watch you.
Okay.
They watch you. And yeah. Just
So
1
you
minute.
probably already explained this when I was not here, but how many?
8
Eight.
maximum. 8 maximum. Okay, and then guess what the very last thing is as they get ready to leave.
So
Yeah. Say goodbye song, and you'll find it in the OC menu because that's common to every unit, to every lesson. Okay. And you learn this well. And you should have everybody sing along once they learn it, or at least say goodbye. Together we say goodbye. You can have them put in their backpacks now, line up to get ready to leave, give you a high five. It depends on the routine you establish. Okay. Yay. Everybody's gone. You close this. You close the file. You close Windows. It's really, really important that you close Windows because before you shut down the TV. Okay. So there's a virtual keyboard here that you need to drag out. Window thingy. Apagar. And then when the screen turns blue and it says no signal, that's when you can turn it off. After the break, you'll do it from scratch and you'll practice with other class plans, okay? Here, power.
And do they go by themselves or we have to?
Yeah, they go out there and the parents will pick them up.
So we don't go with them.
No. Okay, so we're gonna have a break until 20 past 11. Yeah, and then we'll be back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now we leave our stuff here.
You can leave it all here, yeah, and those are for you to keep.
Oh, great. I'm gonna be.
Oh, do you want to recycle it?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, sorry. See you in a bit. Get some sugar and spice because now you're being teachers.
That's singing with the second.
There's square dancing and everything. Yeah, there's no singing.
No lo he tocado, ahora que luego vamos a seguir, pues que siga grabando.
Get over there.
Cool in here.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Jose, Nicole, and Aiden, are you there? Not yet. Yes, very good. Hi, Aiden. Hi, Nicole. I mean, hi, Jose, Aiden. Oh, Jose, Nicole, and we're missing Aiden, who's coming on now. Okay, welcome back. All right, so can you take out there's another lesson plan we're gonna do now. This time you're gonna be teachers. LCO4, LCO4, okay? L2CO4, I'm sorry. The next one, L2. So remember what L stands for? Lift off. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lift off. That's for the first block. 2, the second years or 5-year-olds. And C is the third trimester. O4 is unit 4. Not unit, lesson 4. Lesson 4. Okay. So first of all, you would have to look at this at home so that you know what to do. Okay. But you won't have the printed version at home. You'll have access to them online. SharePoint. Yeah. Okay. And you can't print the stuff from SharePoint, copyright issues and everything. But we want you to be able to see it at home so that you don't have to come in to read your stuff, to prepare your classes. You'll remember, you always have the booklet, the printed version in the box. Okay. This one, Disney property, Aladdin. So we go from up, the movie was up now, Aladdin. Who wants to do the honors? Who wants to turn on the television and find the digital file? Probably Jamie, because he hasn't been here earlier.
I don't know how to do that.
So the best way is,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So I turn it on, I press the power. And we were saying earlier, it takes a little while. So it's good to do it before class. So they come in. There. Right. So that's where you have Windows. That's where you have all the Disney files. There's another feature. There are other features in this screen. But there's one that you're going to be using too, and that you can actually use with 10 to 17-year-olds as well, because the Disney stuff is just for the little ones. But there's a feature here, which is Pizarra Blanca or whiteboard. There's an icon here, it says Pizarra Blanca, and that's where you find. But it's you can use it instead of a regular whiteboard. Sorry, I'm left-handed, I'm right-handed, so you can have several kids here at the same time. So you want to do Pictionary or other kinds of activities. You can change the background color. Which one should we choose? Green? Confirmar. Okay? And then you can choose the color, the font color. Thank you. Which one?
White.
White. Okay, confirm. And then you can choose, there's a wheel there, the thickness and the kind of line you want to work on. Oh, it's motivational again. These are child-proof. Okay, they're for them to come here and touch and play with them. But be careful with the frames. These are just decoration. Okay, so but do encourage them to come use them when you want them to use them. Okay, so you have your screen, your whiteboard. if you want to go back to Disney stuff, there's a dot here that's like home or like a bridge. And you go to, oh, there's another tool. There's a reloj, watch. So if you want to, for the other ones, if you want to use a timer, for example, here's where it is, okay? And for competitions and stuff. Again, the white dot. And it says OPS. OPS is where the decent stuff is.
Are there, like, each teacher gets a classroom for the trimester, or it's just like you get?
The group gets a classroom for the year,
for
for the 3
year?
trimesters, because kids sign up for the whole year. So the group will always come to the same classroom, and the teacher who has that group will go to that classroom, and the boxes for that group stay in that classroom.
So can we, like, of course, nothing like big, but can we decorate, just put some, like?
We're going to decorate this a little bit, okay? We still,
Oh.
it's gonna be changed. If you mean work that the kids have done,
Yes, for something, or like, like.
if it's
Yeah.
appropriate, yeah. Maybe, yeah, with blue tack that there's in the common supply cupboard, yeah.
So you said these kids sign up for a full year, which is 3 courses.
3 trimesters, yeah.
Yeah, so 12 weeks, I presume.
Minimum 10,
Okay.
yeah, and approximately,
Anyway.
yeah.
What's the likelihood you're going to teach that the whole year? Or would you get, okay, you've got the first one and then another teacher?
Ideally, you stick to the same group for the whole year. For kids, that's really, really important. You're their teacher, you're their,
Okay.
a very important figure for them. And for their English, remember the impact you can have on their English for the rest of their lives. Yeah, sure. Okay, so you find this. All shortcuts. Why am I doing this? Okay, where's, there's one digital file per lesson. Which one are you going to open?
L2C04?
Yeah. Okay, either tap twice and wait. It takes about 15 minutes to open.
Seconds.
Oh, yeah. What I personally prefer to do, because I'm not sure, there's no way of telling if it's been game now, if it's been something. Oh, but it was. Okay, so can they see? Yeah, almost there. So this is it. This is your file. This is how you recognize it. And if you find that a black screen pops up, that's meant to be for a projector, just close it. You don't need it, okay? All right, so yeah.
I have a question.
Can you close it? Thank you.
That's for the projector, is it? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
So just always close that.
yeah, because we don't have, we just focus on the screen. We don't have a projector or anything. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I know, it's LW.
IWB,
Exactly, what's that for?
interactive whiteboard. So the screen, basically. Yeah. Okay, so L2CO4, as like with the previous one, you can see the materials you need. In this one, there's no teacher preparation. Well, you always have to become familiar, learn what you have to do. There's no teacher preparation, gives you the target vocabulary, target sentences, etc., and your class plan, your schedule. So, class opener. Emil, can you start with the class opener? We're going to be your students, and I'll let you go ahead with the hello song. You tell us what to do, tell us where to stand or to sit or whatever you want us to do.
Okay.
Sometimes it will, or over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you stand here so that?
Yeah, sorry.
so the guys can see? Thank you.
Okay, so hi everyone. Hi, we're going to start.
Good evening, actually.
Good evening. Okay, we're going to
We're going to start with a hello song.
It's gonna be loud. Can you turn down the
Yeah.
volume a bit? Like halfway.
Do I have to go back?
You have to. Yeah. This is the environmental image. See, it's highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to.
Okay, it just takes a few seconds, right?
You get to practice with it because it's a bit tricky at the beginning, and you have to press play.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Minimize that one. I don't think so. Unless you press. Oh, perfect. So you want to sing.
Yeah, I don't know the song, but
Hello,
Hello.
how are you today? Hello. Pinocchio, hello, Pinocchio. Hello, Steve.
hello, Steve. Hello, Sleeping Beauty. Hello.
Yeah, and somebody should go, hello, so you correct them. Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Hello. Hello, Mike Wazowski.
All right. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, Camilla. Okay, next. So unheard. Everybody have a quick read. So unheard. And somebody's gonna come up and do it, okay? In fact, what we're gonna do, okay, you're gonna do so unheard, okay? Let's see. You're going to do Aladdin and the Cave of Wonders. Okay. You win some, you lose some. I saw a monkey.
Okay, so this, So I show them the flashcard quickly, like,
Yeah.
okay,
Did you want to get ready? You need the flashcards, right?
yes,
This is the box. This is your material box.
okay, well,
So
it'll be faster than 10 minutes, right, because 10 minutes is.
no, just to I'll catch up. So
Okay.
we're gonna practice different activities. The first one we're gonna do is so unheard, okay? Can you explain what you're doing?
Okay, guys, I want you to sit down in a circle, please. Can you come here and sit down in a circle? Yes, come sit down in a circle, please.
Do you mind if this stands?
Okay, stand up in a circle, come on. Can we just like put it down or not? Well, no. It's okay. Just to know where to get the, okay.
So here you have the target vocabulary for this trimester.
Okay.
Which lesson are we doing? We're doing number 4. So
Okay.
you have to look for number 4. 3, 4. There you go.
Okay, so I have some flashcards here, and I'm gonna show them to you very quickly, okay? Quickly, and then you're gonna tell me what you saw, okay? So, for example, if I show you this, you're gonna say I saw a star, right? Okay, repeat.
I saw a star.
And again.
I saw a star.
Good job. Good job. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What did you see, Christine?
Aladdin and Jasmine.
Okay. What were they doing?
So I saw Aladdin.
I saw Aladdin.
I saw Aladdin.
Okay. Good job. Excellent. What else?
What did
I
you
saw
see?
Jasmine.
What did you see?
I saw Jasmine. name?
Good job. Okay, can you repeat? Good to see.
I said-
Good job, Rory. What did you see, Jimmy?
I saw Aladdin and Jasmine too.
Good. Good, good. Okay, one more
Do you
time.
mind, this very sensitive?
Huh?
Is it- yeah, Not sensitive.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, thank you.
Okay, so how do I make them say what I want? Like what?
So
what were
the
they
target
doing?
language is, what did you see? I saw blah, blah, and what did you hear? I heard blah, blah, blah. No?
Yeah, but it's still told.
But for this specific exercise, it's just so unheard.
Okay, okay. So this is okay. What they
Yeah.
answered.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So the next one, are you prepared?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what did you say, Jimmy?
I saw Goofy chasing Mickey.
Good. Whoa, that's
Very
a full
advanced.
answer. Good job. Can you repeat that, Roy, please?
He saw Goofy chasing Mickey.
Good job. And you?
I saw Goofy chasing Mickey.
Okay, he saw.
He saw Goofy chasing Mickey.
Okay, what did you see?
I saw Goofy running next to Mickey.
Okay, good job, Anna. What else? What did you see?
I saw Goofy.
Okay, you saw Goofy. And who else? What did you see?
I saw Mickey.
Good, good, excellent.
Very
Okay.
good. So you're repeating, what did you see? What did you see? That's what you have to do. And then correct and blah, blah. Okay, how would you practice? What did you hear?
Okay, so I make the sounds with all this, right? Okay. Close your eyes. Come on, close your eyes. Good. Okay, I'm gonna make a sound and you're gonna tell me what did you hear, okay? What did you hear, Jimmy?
I heard a howler monkey in the forest of Borneo.
Okay, again.
I
Again.
heard a monkey.
Okay, you heard a monkey. What did you hear, Camila?
I heard a monkey.
Good. Okay, again, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. Okay. Right. What did you hear, Christine?
An elephant?
Good. Good. Yes, an elephant. Okay. I
heard
heard.
an elephant.
Okay, again.
I heard an elephant.
Can you repeat, Diana?
She heard an elephant.
Good. Good. Okay. One more time. Close your eyes. Okay. What did you hear, Rory?
I heard whistling.
Okay, again.
I heard whistling.
Good. Can you repeat, Camila?
Yes, I heard whistling.
Good. You all heard the point.
Good. Okay, excellent. So these guys, they have awesome vocabulary.
Yeah.
Imagine they don't.
No.
You can say, okay, everybody close your eyes. What did you hear? What number did you hear? Okay. Oh, like numbers, everybody knows numbers. But animals is a very good choice because it's some of the stuff little kids learn first. And what other easy animals will they know?
But they have different animal sounds though. A lot of them have different animal sounds.
Well, yeah,
Like a bird.
yeah, good, yeah. So good luck.
So how would you say a bird sound? Okay. Or tweet tweet or chirp chirp.
Yeah, they won't
Can you ask?
Yeah, but it's good that you do the English first. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Or international. Internet, move. Okay. Oh, that was a pig and a.
And a
a-
horse.
And
Being
Pumba.
a horse.
Everybody knows.
Can you ask them in a past tense? What did you hear?
Well,
Or
yeah,
that's
this
what-
is
This is
the
past
exercise.
simple.
okay,
This is the
okay.
past simple. Okay.
Okay, I just.
So you're drilling. You're asking, what did you hear? What did you see? What did you hear? You're drilling them, and you elicit. I
Okay,
saw
perfect.
I heard It's drilling, but in a fun way. You can do this with adults too.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't mind.
So far, so good. Okay. The next one, which Aladdin and the Cave of Wonders. Aladdin and the Cave of Wonders is a story. In case you were wondering, so you'll find stories in a lot of the lessons. If they're short videos, perfect. Just a paragraph, you'll find the text here, and you ask a couple of questions about it. Fine. If they're long, if they go on and on and on, focus on the slides, on the more juicy ones. to listen the target language, okay? Don't make it too long, because it gets boring, okay? So that, in order to know that, you have to read it beforehand, okay? And remember to keep your questions simple, so show them the slide and then ask about it, okay? Good. What would you have, how, would you have the kids stand for this one, sit at the table? What would you want us to do? What would you want us to do, sorry?
I would want them
Sitting, okay? And making sure everybody gets to see the
Or
screen.
maybe on the floor.
And
Semicircle.
anywhere you like, but as long as, make sure everyone gets to see the screen, okay? That's fine. Oh, you wanna make it bigger? Yeah. Okay, so be careful with that, because now you have to wait another 15 minutes.
Really?
Seconds, I know. Well, that's fine. You can make it big, but be careful.
Well, I don't know what it. Oh.
It's very
Okay.
Sensitive.
sensitive.
Okay.
So can you tell, for the people at home, can you tell them what you're doing? You went to the menu and selected act, okay?
FBI and then
And then act, okay?
and then the name of the
Okay. And then if you want to minimize the menu bar, you could press the minus, yeah. Yeah, very sensitive. Can you stand this way so that they can?
Yeah. Okay. So this is a weird. Or triangle button. No?
I think so, yeah. That's fine. In fact, the menu can come up from that side
Yeah.
as well.
I feel more comfortable.
That's fine.
Okay, guys, so now we're going to hear a story about Aladdin. Aladdin. Okay, do you know who Aladdin is?
Yes!
Do you like him?
Yes!
Good. I love that movie too. Okay, so we'll see what happened when he went to the Cave of Wonders.
To
Do
listen
we have to?
down there, there's a detail there? No.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
The one in the
Middle-
middle.
middle string.
Oh. It's a bit scary, actually. Don't encourage them to read.
Don't.
Jafar told Aladdin about the Cave of Wonders. He told Aladdin that there was treasure in the cave. Jafar wanted Aladdin to find a special lamp and take it back to him.
Keep in mind, the target language here is a past simple.
Okay. What was there in the cave? Jimmy.
There was treasure.
Yes, there was a treasure. Can you repeat, Camila?
There was a treasure.
There was a treasure in the cave. Can you repeat?
There was a treasure in the cave.
There was
Yes.
treasure, there was treasure,
There
right?
was treasure.
And sorry to cut you off, Olga, but it's training, right? There was treasure.
There was treasure.
Yeah, and these are very advanced students, okay? To make it easier for them, ask them more questions. Was there treasure in the cave, or was there a monster in the cave, for example?
Okay.
To give them the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so was there treasure in the cave, Jimmy?
Yes, there was.
Yes, there was. Repeat.
Yes, there was.
Good. Let's see what happened then.
A little reward would be to let them turn the page.
Okay.
Okay.
Aladdin went to find the Cave of Wonders. He didn't see the cave at first. It looked like a big tiger. Then Aladdin saw the cave. It was scary.
Okay. Did the cave look like a tiger or like a lion, Camila?
Like a tiger.
Okay, it looked like a
It
tiger.
looked like a tiger.
Good, can you repeat?
It looked like a tiger.
Ooh. Okay, Camila, come here.
Yeah.
I
won, teacher, I won.
Yeah, maybe next time if you answer right. Okay.
Aladdin walked into the cave. He saw many beautiful things. Aladdin was excited.
Wow. Was Aladdin excited or bored?
Aladdin was excited.
Yes, he was excited. Excited.
Excited.
I want to do, okay, so that was very good when you did that. You wanted to touch the screen, but sometimes you'll get kids that want to come when it's not their turn to do it. So you can have them sit close to you so that you can actually touch them. And stop. Okay, about Spanish kids. You be strict with them, don't yell, and if they start yelling, bring your voice down so that everybody goes in that direction rather than getting louder. But you can, okay, once in a while, like, okay, stop. Gently but firmly and looking into their eyes. Christine, stop. Okay, sorry. Okay, if you have them sitting close to you, okay, within reach, you can always stop them and it's easier to control them. Yeah. Okay, maybe a couple more slides.
Okay, Soraya.
Yay!
Your turn now. Here.
Oh, again. Yay.
Good. Thank you.
Aladdin saw the lamp. He took the lamp. Then rocks started to fall. Aladdin was scared.
Okay, how was him this time? Was he excited or scared?
He was scared.
He was scared.
He was scared.
Say scared. Scared. He was scared.
Okay, so this is a very good slide. This is one I would focus on because it's perfect with target language and it's simple. Did Aladdin see a tiger or did he see the lamp? Did he take the lamp or not? You know, this one's a good one to focus on. Okay, and then again, depending on how you're doing with time and how focused they are, you could go on longer or just cut it. Yeah, because stories are hard to keep dynamic. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
with your, I mean, are you satisfied? Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. The next one we said we're gonna do was you win some, you lose some. Did you have time? Did you?
I read it, but I don't know where to go at all. I know how to do the first part to explain did he win or did he lose,
Okay.
but then from number 2, from the you win some activity, I'm not too sure how that would work. I didn't see the dice routine, so.
Oh, we haven't done it. Haven't done it. Okay. So.
I mean, I've read it. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
show, how does throwing the dice improve their position on the screen? That's what I don't get.
Okay, so you split the class into 2 teams, and you just the first people in each team throw the dice, their die, at the screen, just
Okay.
like that. If it doesn't work, just have them run and tap once.
So what is this supposed to?
Move an element in the screen. Yeah, when we open the
Okay.
bring it up. They bring up the activity with the menu, and then you'll see. Once you see it, it will be easier.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah,
Are they safe?
either one. No, let me see. So there's a menu. Oh, you prefer that other side? Sorry. So towards the middle. No, just tap.
Okay.
There.
Okay, so you can have the menu both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 is it? 2.
2. Okay. This is Marcus. And can you stand here so that the people at home can see? So this is the market. The market for you win some, you lose some activity. Before we start playing, you need to demonstrate lost and won, right?
Yeah. Okay. I need a volunteer, guys. Rory, thank you very much. Okay, so come on, we're gonna have a race across the classroom. We're going to start at the door and we're going to run towards the window. Are you ready? Isabel, can you count 3, 2, 1, go?
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, well done, Rory. Thank you. Sit down. So did Rory win or did Rory lose? Justine.
Rory won.
Say full sentence. Rory
Rory
won the race.
Rory won the race.
Again.
Rory won the race.
Good. Camilla, did I win the race?
No, Rory won the race.
Okay, so did I win the race? No.
No, you didn't win the race.
Good. Again. Again. One more time, Camilla.
You didn't win the race.
Okay, guys, we're gonna need 2 groups, so
So
everyone
who lost?
stand up.
Who lost?
So who lost?
You.
Who lost? Who
did.
lost?
You
Who won? Who won?
Rory.
And who lost?
You.
Okay, guys, I want everyone up. Everyone stand up. Okay, everyone sit down again. Now stand back up again. All right. We split them into 2 groups. So 3 people. Isabella and Camilla on this side, please. Come on. Christina and Diana on this side. Rory, you can sit this one out because you would have me already.
Okay. And in real
I
life,
know I can't exclude anyone.
yeah.
Catch. Isabella. Now this is where I don't know what to do.
Okay, so see, if you're gonna use the dice,
Yeah.
you would have one team line up here,
Okay, so they're both facing.
and the other person behind, the rest of the team behind it, and the other one there at the same distance.
Okay, so you come up to the front there. You come behind your team. So the people with the dice to the front. Yeah.
Okay, and one thing before we go on, you race to the window.
Yeah.
Sometimes in different delegaciones on the branches, the classrooms it's impossible to run because they're tiny. So instead of racing, you can have you can walk with something on their head to make it, like
Okay,
race
yeah.
like that, or crawl, or
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, because you can't really have a running race.
Running is
No.
dangerous.
Well, here it's okay, but in smaller ones, it's not possible. Right. So then they're not. What we're gonna do?
I'm just gonna tap the screen to see what happens.
Yeah. So Aladdin went to his
Okay, so
starting
they're
position,
controlling Aladdin and you're controlling it.
Abu.
Yeah. Okay.
and that's how you get them on their starting positions.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Ooh, let's
So
I think you throw the dice at the screen and then Aladdin jumps one position, and if they throw, Abu jumps one position. Is that correct?
exactly.
At
And
the
then
same time?
Yeah, at the same time. And so you throw, and then the next
Christine?
person, yeah,
Let's go.
and go.
Hey, Max.
Go, go, good, good, good.
Let's go, come on, Christine, go to the back of the line.
Yeah, and it's interactive.
Yeah, no way, yeah.
Okay, come on, who's winning? Who's winning?
Come on, Aladdin, Aladdin's
No.
top. Where's that monkey?
Aladdin's winning. No! Oh my God.
Okay,
Go,
careful,
go,
guys,
go.
don't knock each other down.
The screen.
Try to hit the screen, please, not the frame.
No!
Camilla, who won?
I won.
Okay, and who lost, Christine?
Abu won.
It comes Abu.
Abu won. Okay,
So who lost? Aladdin lost. Everybody?
Aladdin lost.
All right, and that way you don't personalize it. It's they lost. not
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to do a bit more of this. So it's better for me to see it.
Then to read it.
Yeah.
And it's good to read it beforehand, but yeah, once you do it once.
Like if I was to do this as an activity, I would want to know exactly what happens when I throw these.
You can come in and practice with the screens before you start teaching, okay?
Will the classroom always be empty? Like before
Yeah,
some,
let me know when you're coming in. Let me know, yeah.
Do we
And
have-
then to go back, you pull out the menu again and you choose something else. And then you go back if you want to play it several times, okay? If the dice don't work, for whatever reason, instead of throwing something, it's fun, to throw it, and then they move about and everything, but they can always run and tap it. Okay. Yeah. next activity. So you see, we're working on the past simple, different verbs, the verbs in the target language in different ways.
Do we have access to this material digitally at home?
No.
So the only way we can practice using this is to come into an empty classroom and practice before doing it.
You have access to the teacher guides. You'll get a copy of their homework book, the audios, but the digital files and the stories, with this is impossible to.
See, just for example, for that activity there, if I was to do that, like first off, it would be very uncomfortable. Like I had no idea what we were supposed to do. Like I read this, and I wouldn't have got that.
So ask me. Ask me.
Well, I have to ask you about all of them then.
No, you'll be okay. And once you do it, like
Simpler
they're very
than making
similar.
it, is it?
It's very similar. Okay. No worries.
So, Fitz told us there was a school in Las Tablas or something that we were going there, so it's the same thing, like
Yeah.
the same, oh,
Yeah, the screens. There are screens everywhere. In all the branches. Okay, so the next activity was the song, I believe. I saw a monkey. See again, it's a past simple. So remember what we did with in the backpack? The other song. The backpack. Now, now I saw a monkey. The floor is yours.
I don't remember the menu.
So the menu. If you want an activity, go act. Yeah.
Okay, guys, today we're going to watch I Saw a Monkey.
Okay, can you make sure for this? Hang on, I'll move the camera. Okay? And they will have learned it they should have learned this for homework. Okay?
Whoa. Where did you go? What did you see? I went to the market. I saw a monkey. Did you speak to him? Was the monkey funny? He ate my apple. Why did he eat your apple? Why did he take your hat?
Just act it out, okay?
He lost his hat.
He lost his hat.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
Where? And he took her yo-yo.
He took it.
That's it, yeah.
So you can play it. You can play it more than once if it's short like that. Okay. Do you want to play it again?
You want to play it again?
Yeah!
But then you want to do something different. If you want to do something different. If not, don't worry.
So, there you go.
Up to you. Also, it depends if you see that they're excited about it and they're going to practice. It's a good opportunity. But if they're like, oh, then move on. So it's good to listen. You have access to the audios, the songs. Good to listen to them beforehand.
Yeah.
To think of things.
To the hello songs as well.
And look here. No, not the hello.
Okay.
But it's always you'll learn that one. And it's hello, hi, hello, how are you?
Okay.
And here's this. After the video, ask them what they saw.
Okay.
What did you see?
A monkey. Yo-yo.
I saw. Remember to correct.
I saw a monkey.
I saw a monkey.
Repeat.
I saw a monkey.
Is everybody speaking? Some people are quiet.
Jimmy. Yeah, sorry.
No, good because it's real life.
Okay. What did he lose?
He lost his apple.
It should have been banana. Again, guys, he lost.
He lost his hat.
Perfect.
I have a yo-yo.
That's good.
I don't remember what really happened in the video.
Okay, no worries. You have the lyrics here, so that's a clue.
Okay.
So you can use this to drill them. What did he eat? Yeah, what did you take?
Perfect. What did he eat?
Yay, an apple.
He ate my apple.
Yay,
Repeat.
my apple.
Again.
Yay, my apple.
Who did he see?
Aladdin.
He saw my friend.
My friend.
Okay. Yeah? Always make the most of songs.
How
The last-
do you go to that then? If I
To
want
the
to
next
do it.
activity.
Do you go back to the menu or you just
This is the
directly
menu.
go?
This is the menu. And you open the eye and you go either to
Oh, okay.
other activities in ACT or OC menu is where you find the hello song and other things.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now it's a good, thank you. Okay, so now it's a good time to show you other features that are in most lessons, common to other lessons. Most lessons. You have the game toolbox. That it's a toolbox. When you're organizing a competition, like for a class review, maybe you can do something like this now if you feel up to it with your activity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, class review. Okay, how many teams do we want? 2 teams. Okay, so you choose the red team maybe. Yeah, this is to keep score. And the blue team. You have loads. All right, so everybody gets their own buzzer. The red one, yay! Yeah, it's motivational. And the blue one. Blue. Okay, if you wanted to play musical chairs or something, or for whatever reasons, you need songs. You have songs here. A couple. And you have wheel, yeah. 2 dice, 1 die. You can choose it. Timer, sun clock. So say 10 seconds. Okay, for different activities. There's a lot of possibilities. And so on. This is your game toolbox. Oh, and of course, if you score, the red team won 1 point. Yay! So you add or you subtract.
Ooh.
Another common feature, activity, open and close menu, colors and shapes. And sometimes this is called sandbox, colors and shapes sandbox. And this is especially for little ones, fudge. I closed it. Yeah, be careful. Okay. L2CO4. L2CO4. Again. Prize. So, and the same way for adults, your basics are dates, time telling, numbers, spelling, email address, blah, blah. For little ones, it's numbers, and for the very, very little ones, colors and shapes, geometrical shapes, square, triangle, blah, blah. That's why you have this feature. If you don't mind, I'm gonna open it here. Okay, colors and shapes. Right. So this can be done individually or teams again, and there are different activities you can do. For example, can I have 2 golden hearts? So they come here. First you pick the color, the material, and then the figure, and then you put it up here. Okay, but 2. And another one. And they go, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, try again. Okay. And then you can make it bigger, smaller for comparatives and stuff. Which one? I have a lot of possibilities. Okay, can I have a green diamond? Green diamond. Christine, since you're closer. 3 green diamonds. 3 green diamonds. Everybody, 3 green diamonds. Very good. Oh, wow. Jelly diamonds. Isn't that cool? And you can put them in order if you want, or you can do, another motivational tool. Okay,
Are you always asking the whole class for answer?
Not the whole class, it can be individually as
Okay.
well. But you want them to speak.
Yeah.
Speak, speak, speak.
I'm sorry.
So remember, not just action.
What is this?
I elected eh? And then here, and it's colors and shapes. Here, your class plans, your class plan will tell you, go to the colors.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Alrighty, so to end with, we have a super quick class review, right? Are you gonna use the game toolbox for this? Why don't you? Yeah.
I need which copyright
These classes, okay, somebody needs to use the bathroom. If their 4 or 5-year-olds have a bathroom break, and they have 2 bathroom breaks in the class then, because you all go together. You don't go in with them, but you stand around so to make sure everything happens fast. And then you all work back together. And there's normally an activity that you can do on the way. If they're really in a hurry, don't just go. Don't do the activity, okay? If besides those 2, in addition to those 2 bathroom breaks, they need to go. You'll see that they're shaking or something. You all go, okay? That's not normal. Twice in 2 hours, it should be fine. If they're, yeah.
So when you say you all go, you line them up in single
Yes.
file, and we all walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then they go one by one in, and
No, they all go together.
so
Okay,
it's
just
a
stand
big bathroom.
Yeah.
And then you just wait outside the door,
And they have the mini toilets
Yeah.
and things.
and then you
You
wait
just
for them
wait
all to come back out.
Yeah.
All 8.
When they're 6, they can go alone. But you keep an eye on the watch so that they don't take forever. Never let them go in pairs, okay? Just one by one. That's it.
Am I supposed to be doing these words? Oh, no, I thought I was straight.
Yeah. Do you want 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you saying? Where's the little scorekeeper? Oh,
Teams.
this one. Teams.
So what? Do you want more colors? You judge that.
Oh,
Pink teacher.
It's good for you to practice in this screen.
Yay!
Pink and purple, okay. And the buzzers?
I don't really understand these buzzers. How do you get them to buzz it?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. It's like a little
Okay.
reward as well.
So is that, and I'm like, correct, buzz.
So you have to.
You can do it on the other side.
Can I do one pink here and one purple here?
Then if you had more cheese.
Can't I do one pink there, one purple here?
I don't know. I don't think so. I've tried before, but it. Okay. No, because you have to press it here. So if you have 4 teams, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So you want
So
pink.
what happens when I press the buzzer? It activates. Or it doesn't?
No, the buzzer
it goes to.
if they know the question, the answer to the
Yeah.
question, they can go and answer.
Oh, I see.
And you are the point.
Yeah.
Oh, the point on here.
Yeah.
But then 2 of them are just gonna have to stand here.
Or they
Yeah. You see what
or
I
they
mean?
can
There's three.
stand there and come and run and
And buzz
to the
it.
buzzer. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you stand here so that they can? And then I've got to. Yeah.
Okay. So stand up.
It can be done individually too, instead of having teams. It doesn't have to be teams. It's up to you.
We don't have to have like a video.
5. Oh no, 4. You're right. Yeah. No, but you're right. It couldn't be this time.
Groups of 2 if you wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
So
be 8 max.
your team purple and your team pink.
Yay!
What team are you? Pink.
Purple. Purple. Purple.
Okay, very good. So, I'm going to ask you a question. If you know the answer, run and buzz your buzzer. Okay?
But all of them or one at a time, right? Like I would number them. Like 1, 1, 2, 2. You know, so number
Three.
ones.
Oh, I see. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 2.
So you have two teams, right? The
Yeah.
purple team and the pink team. So if you have two teams,
Yeah.
there are two number ones. There's one number one here, one number one there, and there's
Yeah.
one number two here and one number two there. So number ones compete against each other, and number twos compete against each other.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because otherwise you don't have everyone
Ah,
running to the
I
board.
People running
see.
like board.
Useless. So I'll ask the question and I'll be like, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
Or
one,
even before that.
2.
Ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Three.
So 1, 2.
Keep it like that in case. She would. Yeah.
How should be another 2?
She can have another one. She could be another two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1, 2.
And
Yeah.
sorry, this is all training, okay?
No,
In real
it's fine,
life,
no
in real life, if you have if you have odd numbers, I wouldn't do this kind of thing, just to avoid
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah. One take over the toilet, please.
Are you, and how old are you?
30 and a half. I go on my own.
If you were 5, we would all get
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, can I go?
Yeah. So I just thought, do you want to, this, you'll see.
You want to go with you?
Okay. All right, yeah, start the game.
Shall I start the game? Okay. So 1, 2. What number are you? 1. What number are you?
2.
And you?
2.
And you?
One.
Yes. Numbers. Okay. So, oh god. Yeah. If you know the answer, and I say 1, who's going to run and press the buzzer?
1.
Yes. And if I say 2,
2.
One.
No,
thinking.
Yeah, raise your hand.
I
thought you did. Yeah. Raise your hand. 2s. 1s. 2s. 1s. 1s. 2s. Yes. Okay. Right. Question. Right. I need to show this. Did Aladdin tell Harry Potter something? 1.
Oh, man. She got home.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Very good. What are you think?
I know we're
Over
over
the
the same team. Are we the same team?
Yeah.
Yay! Boo. Okay. Did he tell the minion something? 2s.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Well done. Boo. And everyone, did he tell the minion something?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
And again.
No, he didn't.
Very good. No, he didn't.
Okay, thank you very much. See, setting it, I just wanted you to see what discipline it is. Okay?
Oh yeah, well done.
Don't worry, you
You've been the manager so long, I don't know if I can go back to adult manager this.
So they like, hey,
Okay, so we're going to move on to older kids stuff, okay? 10 to 17-year-olds. If you want to practice, feel free to come in. Let me know when to make sure that I'm here and that there's a classroom available, and you can. Or if you ever have any questions, we're here, okay? I'll send you all this information and other information after training, okay? Have a read, and then you'll have my contact address. Have a read and enjoy.
yay.
Okay, so I'm going to close this now because we're going to move on to Club Junior stuff, 10 to 17-year-olds. Okay, so nothing to do with Disney. The older ones, with the older ones, you can use a whiteboard, but no Disney. Okay? Good. So,
You'll still, okay, they have homework books as well. Okay, very different, and they're homemade, bond-made. Okay, exclusively. You will, I will send you a class plan template for this age group because it's very similar to adults. What you're going to do is very similar to what you would do with adults, but a lot more competitions. You would actually play games, and the drills will be adapted to their age. Yeah, you're not going to ask them how does your boss drink coffee every morning and things like that. But up till recently, well, you could say does your mom's boss drink coffee, for example. Up to very recently, there was no material at all for junior. So we used adult books, and that's the kind of question you would come up with. You would come across, sorry. Their homework books, you will have access to them on the server as well. PDFs. They're like here. We tried to make them so that they didn't look like homework books. We call them landmark books. So you have Big Ben, Giant's Causeway, Sydney Opera House, your landmarks in English-speaking countries across the world. And as you can see, there are no numbers on them. Like with adults, we don't want them to link a book to a level because they get obsessed with levels. But of course, we know what the level is, but avoid talking to them or their parents about levels. Okay. So the audio for these, they have instructions in the first pages is how to access the audios because they need audio. The instructions to do the homework are on the audio. That's why, because we want to encourage them to work on their oral comprehension.
Sorry, what if they ask you what level are you?
You can talk about intermediate, low intermediate,
Okay.
but don't give them numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So every unit, there are 30 units in every book because this is for the whole year. Here, we've moved on to older kids. So there are 30 units per book, 10 per trimester. And if there are any extra weeks in that trimester, it's review. The very first one in September, they don't get the books. It's just an introduction, and it's for you to know exactly what the level is. That's when you tell us, oh, this kid would be better off in a different group, etc. So they'll get their material on the second week of the course, okay? And the very last week before holidays, before Easter, holidays, is a review week. And you just play games, educational games to practice their English. Okay, so you also have a scope and sequence. I'll show you where it is I'll send you information as to where to find it on the server. You have to follow that syllabus, and you'll find PDFs with their homework books. You'll find some teacher guides, but not all of them are there. So I'll send you a class plan template and a document with games and activities that you can do in class. It's not as detailed as Disney, as you can see. But because the classes are a lot more similar to adults, you don't need much detail. You drill them, okay? You drill them like adults.
So we create class plans.
You create the class plans, exactly. So the homework books, it's one lesson per week, not very much. So give them extra, because every lesson is just 4 steps, basically. The first one, it's called Test Yourself, because it's a review of the previous one, of the previous lesson. Then vocabulary, but it's never going to be a list of vocabulary, memorize it, blah, blah. It's always through an activity. You will know what the vocabulary and the grammar is, clearly, because it's in your scope and sequence. Then the next step is grammar, and then the last step is called, check this out, and it's a review of the class. So for homework, always assign the lesson that you've done plus something extra, like a presentation, mini presentation, 3-minute presentation, practice in the grammar and the vocabulary, or maybe you want them to write something out. Up to you. And that's what you can bargain with. If someone did very well in class, maybe they don't have to do that extra bit. But if someone didn't do well, they have to, yeah, we're recording. That's why they have to do something extra. Okay. What kind of activities? We're going to practice some of the activities you could do in class with them. Okay. For example, say you want to practice a and an apple, a school, etc. That's very basic, but that's one of the most common mistakes, even if they're advanced on it. So this little game is called Amoeba. And basically, kids have to walk around playing rock, paper, scissors. Say first they imitate an amoeba. They have to impersonate an amoeba, right? Walking around saying, "I'm an amoeba. This is an amoeba. I'm an amoeba. I'm an amoeba." And they're saying, "I'm an amoeba." And when the teacher says stop, they pair up and they rock. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do that. Okay. Everybody, I'm an amoeba. I'm an amoeba. Stop. And you go rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, rock. Okay, paper, scissors. Okay. The winner in each pair evolves to the next animal in the scale, which will be one starting with a vowel sound because you're practicing. So an iguana, for example. I'm an iguana. Okay. So, but the other ones stay amoebas. Yeah.
What if we drew twice?
And you keep playing until one of you wins. Okay, then you walk around. Okay, say you won, and you won. So you're gonna walk around saying, "I'm an iguana, and act like an iguana." And the others say amoebas, okay? And yeah. And then they challenge each other again. The winners evolve again until do up to 4.
Until we become humans
Or an orangutan, a human,
An
an elephant. Yeah. Pick your animals depending on what you want them to practice. If you want to practice,
You can make it
yeah, you can also mix them up, or a plus s plus followed by a consonant, which is very difficult to Spanish people. They'll say, "I'm a snake." Well, I'm a snake. Yeah, spider. That's a good one to practice as well. Yeah, so it's a very simple game. You get them moving about. Even teenagers, at first they might go, "I don't want to do it," but once you lead by example, and it depends on how you sell it, like everything. If you feel it's important and you sell it like that, they'll do it. And then if you force them a little bit, they enjoy it. Yeah. So thank you.
I think the competitiveness makes them want to do it more.
They're really, really, really competitive.
Once they know they have to win something.
Yeah. Because that's it. Motivation for kids has to be right there. They have to enjoy the activity or whatever you're doing, and that's their motivation. They don't care if they don't get a job. Because normally adults do it for their jobs and things like that. For kids, it has to be that they enjoy the class. Okay, this is one of the games you'll find in the document that I will send you. Where's my cheat sheet? Right here. Okay, master and the interrogative. Woohoo! Okay. Again, 2 teams. It's always about competing. It said so. 2 teams, or the maximum you can have in a group is 8. So 2 teams works usually well. And you would have the. Okay, this is a good one. It will go no signal. Probably, yeah. If you still need it, there's a button here. It's a window next to the power one. Close window,
and open it again, and then it will come back. If you don't need it, never
Is
mind.
that on a timer?
I think so. I don't
So I
know.
go
It's,
for 10
or
minutes.
it depends. I don't know what it depends on. Yeah. When you don't touch it for a while.
Yeah.
Right. So mastering the interrogative. You're gonna drill this, but you're gonna turn it into a competition. So you can use a desk bell or a pretend buzzer. Okay, and we're going to imagine the buzzer is here. There's a table here. It's for them to see. And we're gonna have two teams. Okay, you girls, the Tigers team. Yeah, can you stand here next to just them two? Yeah, that's fine. One behind the other, and then you two. Yeah, one behind the other. Okay. If you guys want to play, that's fine too, but you don't have to because it's going to be quick. Okay. In fact, you're going to provide the answers because this is master and interrogative. You're going to provide the answers so that they ask the questions. Okay. Oh, same distance. You have to stand. We were strict about this. Yeah, very good. There's the line. Hands behind your back. Your backs. Okay, very good. Now, the first question is going to come from Deanna. Okay. So this first answer. Okay, make sure you emphasize the part of the sentence you want them to ask about. Okay, if you think you know the answer, go or buzz, right? This is a B. What's going to be your buzzer's sound? For lions, you're for lions, please. Cubic, cubic. Okay, cubic, cubic. Is that what you said?
You said
cubic. Oh, cubic. Roar, roar. Okay, that's lions. Yeah, so roar. And tigers. What's your sound can be?
Same sound.
Okay, monkeys. You're gonna be monkeys. Okay, okay. If you feel you know the answer, come over here, press the buzzer, and make that sound, and try to answer. If you answer correctly, great, you get 1 point. If not, the chance to answer bounces to the other team, and you get a minus point. So you better be sure. Don't just press the buzzer because you want to make your sound. Okay. 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 Can you stand back a little bit? Very good. Ready, set, go. Diana.
I'm from Venezuela.
What are you emphasizing? I'm Venezuela.
I'm from Venezuela.
So which part of the sentence?
From
Venezuela?
Roar.
Okay, you make the sound first.
Where are you from?
Okay, is that correct?
Yeah.
You! 1 point. Okay, then you both can stand behind. Okay. James, first sentence, please. Oh, hands behind your back. Yeah.
It's on the table.
What are you emphasizing? What are you emphasizing?
On.
Ooh, what's your question good like with that question? Okay.
It's on the table.
And you're emphasizing on?
On the table, I'm emphasizing.
Okay. Okay.
Where is it?
Because it could be it's. But you're emphasizing on the table,
Oh,
right?
okay. All right,
Okay.
sorry. It's on the table. Or.
Okay, I think it was the Lions team.
Oh,
Where
Where
is
is
it?
it? It's enough.
Where is it?
Where is it?
I read it
Yeah, it is,
before.
yeah.
Okay.
That's cheating.
Very good.
Okay.
Next time. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Okay.
So if I said it's on the table.
Yeah. On the loan, I'm like, what's that gonna be? On the table, so that the question, the answer has to be. I'm sorry. What you emphasize could be the answer.
Yeah.
But if you only emphasize on. All right. So this could work for any kind of drill, really. Yeah. This is making a big deal out of it. Does everybody know? Okay, different ways of practicing numbers. Does everybody know the game Buzz? No. Okay. So you count, and you have to set rules previously. Say, for example, instead of saying any number that has a 3 in it, like 3, 13, 30, blah, blah, 33, you have to go Buzz. But to go on to say it because it's a difficult sound for Spanish people to pronounce. It could also be chocolate, or it could also be that you have to jump on the spot, but saying something. And the more rules you add, the more fun, the more complicated it is. So we're going to play very quickly. And we're going to do with ordinal numbers. First, second, third, blah, blah, blah. Any number with 7 in it, you say Buzz. Okay? Any number with 2 in it, or second, with the 2 in it, so second, 12, 22, is going to be what?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay,
Ooh, wait, 7 buzz, 2 chocolate.
yeah,
Okay.
and one more. Any number with a 5 in it is going to be what? Orange, and orange like that, so that they move a bit too.
And a beer.
Ready? Ready?
Wait. 7
Buzz.
buzz, 2 chocolate, and 5 orange.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the first one?
First,
Quick.
chocolate.
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 Okay.
Okay, third.
Fourth.
Fifth.
And
6. Oh, yeah, very good. That's it.
orange.
Okay, what's this? Okay, orange. Okay, and then 6. Okay.
Oh, got my
Buzz. Okay.
Eighth.
9, 10,
10.
11.
Chocolate. Very good.
13th.
Another one. The next one.
14th.
Yeah, keep it.
Okay.
15th.
Oh, yes. Okay. So that's one great.
Orange.
Okay, numbers. You can do races, number dictation, and you have 2 teams again, and they race to the whiteboard to write down the number. Yeah, with number dictations, for example. There are different ways you can find in the document that I'll send you. Team storytelling. So this is like a memory game. And you can use it for vocabulary, phrasal verbs, a lot of things. Imagine we're practicing their target vocabulary, which was wild animals. Yeah? And so we're going to tell the story as a team, and the grammar is the past simple. The first person is going to tell the first sentence in the story, keep it short, because the second person has to repeat that sentence and add a new one. Then the third person will have to repeat the first 2 sentences and add a new one. So they're repeating the structure and they're playing at the same time. Okay? So, crocodile is the first word in the past simple. What's the first sentence of the story?
A crocodile was in the lake.
Okay, a crocodile was in the lake. Very good. Lion.
The lion was in
The first sentence.
crocodile was in the lake.
A crocodile, right?
A crocodile was in the lake.
And what happens to the lion?
The lion was in the long grass.
Okay, and the lion was in the long grass. Okay. Iguana.
Crocodile was in the lake, the lion was in the long grass, and the iguana was climbing a tree.
Okay. We're gonna add another rule. Different verb every time. Okay. From now on. All right. Anteater.
A crocodile was in the lake, a lion was in the long grass, and an iguana was up in a tree.
Climbing.
Was climbing a tree.
Was climbing a tree.
Suddenly. Or the animal?
An
anteater.
An
An
ant-
anteater
Oh, okay. An anteater appeared.
appeared. Very good. Okay. Penguin.
A crocodile was in the lake. A lion was in the long grass. An iguana was climbing a
Okay,
tree.
switch. Continue.
An iguana was climbing a tree. The anteater was. Oh,
The anteater?
Suddenly, the anteater appeared.
And finish. Lizard.
Penguin.
Penguin. Sorry, penguin.
Penguin came and they threw a party.
Yay! Okay, so that's another example. And see, you can use that for a lot of things.
Sorry, what age group is this? I must have been at the toilet.
Yeah, 10 to 17.
10 to 17.
10 to 17.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is adults.
It's only 2 groups, or 2 age groups, or 3.
So, from 4 to 9, it's Disney. And we don't level test them. How do we put them in groups? How would we
What age?
Depending on age.
Yeah, okay.
10 to 17,
Level test.
we level test them. That means that you can have a very mixed up.
So
classroom.
you could have a 17-year-old and 10-year-old.
Yeah, it doesn't normally happen, but it could be. Okay. When on your first day with 10 to 17-year-olds, it's good to get to know, for them to get to know you. They're nervous as well, okay? And you want to get to know them as well, their interests and things, so that you show them that you care, and also that you can write drills, if possible, including their interests. Yeah? So, and asking, they're very curious about teachers. So use that as an opportunity to do and ask me whatever question you have, ask me. Yeah. Okay, was it? Yeah.
Sorry. You said there it's broken up into 3 trimestral
Yeah,
courses.
yeah.
3 hours a week?
2 hours a week.
2 hours a week?
They-
Just once a week, 1 day for 2 hours. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, from Monday to Friday, from 6 to 8, or Saturday morning. Saturday mornings, there are 2 shifts, from 10 to 12, or from 12:15 to 2:15, or just once a week. Sure. Okay, you can also do role plays, presentations. Role plays can be done in different ways. One, if you want to practice asking questions with a group that has an advanced level, there's a very fun role play, kind of role play that you can do. Okay, you get 2 people here at a time, and you give them a situation, and they have to communicate through questions alone. They're only allowed to ask questions. If they take too long, if they repeat the question, or if they make a mistake, they sit down quickly, and somebody else that is ready, that's waiting there, replaces them. So let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, first 2 people, Diana and Rory, come up here, please. Oh, you're gonna need to go back. Okay, so can you stand so that they can, maybe you can stand here? Yeah? Oh, sorry. And you can stand here? Yeah? So the problem here is that the building is on fire. Okay, this building is on fire. And remember, you can always speak in questions. The rest of you are ready to come up as soon as they make a mistake. Yeah? Who's going to start with the first question?
Me.
Okay, go.
What's going on?
Building is on fire.
No. That's why you can only communicate in questions. Yeah?
So I have to answer the question as well.
Yeah. Okay, so
What's going on?
Why did the building go on fire?
Do you have any idea?
it has to make sense too.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did I get someone else up here?
Okay, in fact, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can come in later. Yeah, can you start again?
Yeah.
Can you sit down? Yeah, no? Oh, okay.
What's going on? Have you heard?
Okay, very good.
Do you have any idea? Have you?
Okay, actually, do you have any idea? No. Have you what? Or do you? Too long, okay,
Yeah,
Christina.
We're trying it.
No, good. We'll keep it going.
From what's going on?
Yeah. No, from the last one, yes.
Do you have any idea? What happened? Is the building on fire?
Too long. Okay, your turn. You're good at this.
Yes, I know. I explained this in Spanish.
Okay, good.
Is the building on fire? Are you going to ask the manager? Shall we call the police? Shall we go to the police? Do you think it's a good idea? Should we call the firefighters? Would it be faster to ask that person? Maybe he has to call 911?
Oh, but that's not a question. Okay. Well done. Oh, you didn't get to go. You want to go?
No,
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Okay. And so they're asking questions. It's not a fixed grammar point, but sometimes some of the games you can play will be because you're practicing a specific grammar point or vocabulary, or just motivational when you think everybody's like, the pace is too low or they need moving about, you can just play something silly like the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule. So 2 people, you have 5 seconds to give me 3 animals. Go.
Cat, dog, mouse.
Very good. 3 animals.
Cow, bat, giraffe.
Very good. Okay. 3 things you normally would have for breakfast.
Eggs, juice, banana.
Ooh, yeah. Very good. That was close. You.
Sandwich, pancakes, coffee.
Okay. Very good. 3 body parts.
Arm, leg, head.
Very good.
Nose, ear, belly.
Okay, etc. You can make it more or less complicated. Something to lighten up the moment. Okay. Does everybody know taboo? Yeah, for vocabulary?
Yeah.
Who knows taboo? You do? Can you explain?
You. It's hard
Taboo.
Taboo.
You
Yeah.
start the word, not say
You-
what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to describe the word, and your team or the others have to guess what it is.
Yeah, but there are some, or not,
The topic.
some.
You can decide that there are some
that
words
forbidden.
that are, yeah. You can decide that or just do definitions.
That would make it too easy. Like if there was some vocabulary make it too easy. Is that what
No, vocabulary that you can't use.
Yeah, because it's too easy to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
For example, if the word you want them to guess is table, you might decide beforehand that furniture, the word furniture is not allowed,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Chair.
or chair. Yeah. Okay, so that's another way of looking at vocabulary. Another one. Let's see how we're doing for time. It's good. Another one that's that you can use for a lot of things. It's very similar to one we did with rock, scissors, paper. It's called bang bang. So they pretend they're cowboys. Again, 2 teams in 2 lines, and the duel is between 2 people at a time. So you would ask a question, and if they know the answer, it could be vocabulary, translation list, short answers, anything, they get a point for saying it correctly, and they have to answer and go bang, just to and if they kill 5 people in a row, for example, then they get an extra point as well. Yeah. And let's do another one together that you can use for different drills. Okay, I need you all to stand up and in a circle. Okay, if you want, you can put the homework books here. Okay, so I need you to stand in a circle, facing the middle, yeah? Okay. Camille, can you stand here maybe? Okay, so the teacher can be either in the middle or outside, and the circle would be closed. If you stand in the middle, it's easier for them because they can guess who you're gonna ask next, probably. So it's better if they don't see you. I'm gonna ask a question, and then I'm gonna tell somebody to duck. And the duel will be between the 2 people on either side. Yeah. For example,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do nationalities, for instance. Okay. So I'm gonna say the people from England are, and you have to say English. Yeah. Okay. Or you can have them say the full sentence. The people from England are English. Okay, but just to be quick, just the nationality. So I'll go. The people from England are Camille, duck. And you 2 have to answer. The people from England are English. So just say English. English. Okay. And whoever is quicker to answer wins that point.
Why is she done?
Because this
It's whoever's opposite you, is it?
this is actually a circle. You can say. This is actually a circle.
Right.
Okay.
So
So if I duck, they have to answer.
Oh.
And whoever is faster.
Okay, right. So,
People between you.
so if he
Oh.
ducks,
Oh,
he's
sorry.
The people
Exactly.
between the
Okay,
person
yes.
that duck.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you play teacher? But you have to come outside.
Okay,
Yeah, and the circle becomes smaller.
okay.
Yeah.
The people of Italy, Rory Duck.
Italian.
Good, well done.
And she will get a point. She will get a
One
point.
point.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe now Christine gets to be the teacher. You get to be the teacher.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get me.
The people from Germany. Janet up.
German. Oh, German.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. What else could you use this with? But to practice.
Almost everything, really.
Yeah. Short answers, for instance. Let's do short answers. Let's.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, Diana, do you want to be the teacher? Sorry. I'm sorry. Isabella, do you want to be the teacher? For short answers. Short answers.
Short answers. Well, okay. Okay. For example, like easy stuff, but okay.
It's
Okay.
cold outside.
Okay. Is it sunny, Diana? Doc. Yes, it's sunny. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, because it's
She
short
won't
answers.
do that. She won't get a point for that.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Are we in a room? Jimmy, Doc.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Okay.
No, 1 point for you.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. So before we go on a little bit. So this is an example of, well, you can't really see it. This is the evaluation that 10 to 17-year-olds get, in fact, 8 to 17-year-olds get. And this is what you need to pay attention to. So it's all in Spanish, but does your teacher bring everything to class? Do you do a lot of things in class? This is very important, even more so with adults, that you do a lot of activities, keep them short, and that way it's easier for them to keep engaged. Okay? If you have a very long one, you can break it up in different activities. To correct homework as well, sometimes it's easier. It works better if you do it during different times, at different times during the class. Okay, is your teacher punctual? Are they here? It's better if you are in the classroom when they come in. Okay, does your teacher allow you to speak Spanish in class? That's a very big one. Normally complaints that we get are that the teacher allows us to speak Spanish in class, believe it or not, and or that we play too many games. You might be playing the whole time, that's fine, but explain that. Explain what you're practicing in that game, and make them work hard. It's good. We want them to have fun. We want them to enjoy themselves, but work hard as well. Okay.
How do you control the Spanish thing? Because I find that hard to manage when they're children.
If you prepare your class, if you keep them busy at all times, it doesn't leave them much space to do things that they shouldn't do.
It also takes scores away from them as well.
Yeah, that
Penalize
hurts.
them.
Penalize them, and there has to be a consequence if they do very bad in class, like extra homework or something. Okay, and keep them bringing back to English.
It must be difficult to differentiate between the activities and the grammar if they're all games. Like I could be teaching,
You
I could be
always
teaching grammar points
Yeah.
through games, and then the student might say, "We just play games."
But tell them that where you practice it in that game. Like here, we did.
Even with that,
Mm,
I can see a student saying, "Okay, that was all games," even though I made it very clear that we were practicing this.
but make sure you are actually practicing something. So if something like that happens, and they'll ask me, and they'll tell me, their parents will tell me, then I can go ask you, what were you doing? And then you have the right answer, and I can tell them.
Okay.
You know. Does your teacher make you correct you and make you repeat? Does your teacher get you or try to get you to participate in class? Make sure you include everybody all the time. Does your teacher encourage you to keep practicing on your English at home, like through watch movies with songs, homework? We try to avoid the word homework, but sometimes it's unavoidable. So motivation. There should be a motivation slot in your class. I'll send you a template, okay? I'm gonna send you a class plan template
where it's drill game, more or less. Some teachers prefer to do all the hard work first and then do more relaxed activities later. That doesn't always work because then they go back home with the feeling that they've just been playing. I would mix in, like, alternate. Yeah. Does your teacher solve your doubts? Like, answer your questions? You might not know the answer to every question. How do you say, especially how do you say this? How do you say, el otro día me fui a mi casa, blah, 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 in English? They'll go like that. Because if you say, okay, speak English, they can't say it, they'll come up with that. You say, if you can't say it in English, don't say it and bring them back to the activity. Because this can go on forever otherwise. But if they have a grammar question, or if they have something that's relevant to the lesson and you don't know the answer, look it up and make sure you tell them answer them the following day. Okay, and practice it. Also about motivation, a very good way to motivate them is if you show them progress, if you show them what they've learned up till then. It's good to, to do the difficult stuff first, and then also show them how they've actually made progress with reviews and more and easier stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like the way your teacher teaches you? That's a global thing. And do you have a good time in class? So those are things to watch out for. Okay, we have time for a couple more activities. Oh, there's one called Order in the Line that you can also use to practice asking different types of questions. We're going to practice when were you born, for example. Okay, you're going to need a line on the floor, imaginary. Oh, it can't be imaginary, sorry. It can already be there, like here we have a line, or you can use some yarn that you'll find in the common supply cupboard, or that paper maybe, whatever you have, but don't draw on the floor, please. Okay, so here we have a line, and you would need students. I'm going to need 4 students, okay? 4 of you, please. It will keep you awake. Okay, so everybody needs to stand on the line, 2 feet on the line. Yeah. Can you face this way? Yeah, that way they can see you. Okay, and you always have to keep at least 1 foot on the line. Okay. You're gonna have to. The objective of the game is that you stand in the order. Well, we're going to do just how old are you? Okay. So the youngest will have to stand on one end and the oldest at the other end. Okay. That means they have to ask each other the question. And then you find out, for example, that Rory is older than Christine, he will have to get to that end. But always keeping at least 1 foot on the line. Okay. So, James, ask Rory how old he is.
Rory, how old are you?
Okay, what does he want to know?
What does he know how old I am?
Very good.
I'm 27 years old.
How?
I'm 27 years
Okay,
old.
that was another years. Okay, very good. And ask Deanna how old she is.
John, how old are you?
Okay, what does he want to know?
He wants to know how old Diana is.
Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm 27 years old.
Okay. Ooh, there's a tie there. Let's see. Ask her how old she is.
How old are you?
28?
Can we answer?
Yeah.
28?
You're 28.
I'm 28 years old.
Okay, very good. How old is she?
I don't think she's 28 years old.
Very good. Ask him how old she is. He is, sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old as well.
Oh.
Okay, so then you have to ask each other when you were born or when your birthday is. Okay? And let's get it moving, because if you're 28, then you have to just stand.
Yeah, so I have to go like that, like shimmy.
Yeah.
So you pop around here now.
I
That
understand
is.
what you
Well, you were 27, so you scooch that way.
Exactly.
What month were you born in, Christine?
I was born in September.
Okay, scooch. Is that it?
Because,
you
yeah,
born?
when
What
were
month
you
were you
born?
Well, nobody asked me.
What else in there?
Well, not for you.
I was born in August.
No, wait. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And you, the dangerous.
Okay. Ask him what month he was born in. What month were you born in?
I was born in February.
Ask her what month.
What month were you born in?
I was born in January.
August and September, January and February. What a coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because she's older.
No.
No?
No.
The
You
older
were older.
one?
I'm
The young-
older.
Yeah, so you were fine.
Oh,
Anyway, so you can use
Mama.
the Zoom, or you can have everyone facing one way or alternate. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You can ask any kind of question that involves an order. What street number? What's your street number? Or how long does it take you? Yeah. How long does it take you to get the bond? Yeah. Okay. So do you have any questions about teaching older ones, older kids, or everyone in general?
loads of questions.
Okay. When are you gonna all be working here? No?
In the church.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I know.
Where are you to go?
Valencia.
Valencia?
Alicante.
Alicante. Okay. And we have Jose. Where are you? In Alicante. In Alicante. Okay. And Nicole? I think we lost Nicole.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay. We can see you. So you're in Valencia.
I'm in Valencia. Sorry, my internet connection is not very good today.
No worries. Okay. So you have Valentina in Valencia. Has a lot of experience with kids. And she will help Alicante people as well. And Aiden, where are you going to be working?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Okay, so you've met Emma already, I guess.
No, not yet.
But you will. Okay, but if anybody, sorry, you're frozen. But if anybody has a question about teaching kids or anything, you can reply to you can write to alumnosjunior@grupobalwan.com. I'll send you an email from there. Yeah,
Will we be interacting with parents or will that be you?
that will be the
So
coordinators.
they'll just go to you about us.
Yeah,
Okay. And
Yeah.
we go to you about kids.
yeah.
So we never really deal with parents.
Okay. The little ones have those pages at the end of their homework books. That's your tool to communicate with parents. Okay. But for other types of communication, it's through the coordinator. And 10 to 17-year-olds don't have those pages at the end of their books. What they get is an agenda. Can I show you their agenda? Here somewhere. Oh, it's over here. So they have an agenda like this, and it's similar. Every page, you write the date, teacher's name, comments, there's a one-liner, and they write their homework. Okay?
And you do this every day as well.
Just very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if very little kid needs help in the bath?
What do you mean, like wiping or something? Get the coordinator. Normally they learn all that when they're 3. Kids in Spain go to school when they're 3, and they should be ready by then, because at school they don't help them with this. It's in kindergarten.
Okay.
But when they become 3, when they turn 3, they should know about this. If there's ever an accident, it could happen, get the coordinator. Okay. If they get sick, or if they won't stop crying for something happens, get the coordinator if you can't help them. Okay. Never give them medicine or anything.
Is there like a timeout thing or something like?
Don't send them out of the class. On their own.
No, but like for example, the timeout thing that you have, or
If somebody punches somebody else, you handle it there. Like you say to that person that should be,
Apologize.
yeah.
Okay, so.
And then tell the coordinator as well, because if even if the kid, if that was punched seems okay, they might go and tell their parents. It's better that we tell their parents what happened. Yeah, so keep us informed.
Are there any other sort of common behaviour scenarios you think of how to manage?
Basically, if you keep them busy, and if you come across as a figure of authority, it should be fun. If you're, they get your vibe and the tone of your voice. If they can feel if you want to be there or not, they can feel if you're insecure or not. So, but if you're prepared and you're relaxed, firm, assertive, that should be fun.
Can we decorate the door?
Decorate the door from outside, not outside.
Nice.
Inside if you like. Your size food is
I used to work at a preschool, that's why this is too white.
Yeah, you can put up their work. Yeah, with something that won't ruin the wall.
Oh no, of course.
If there's paint on the wall, don't put anything up, or ask your coordinator. Okay. So that's about it, really. I mean, we could do more and more activities, but I think you've had enough for today. I'm going to send you all this information by email, and then you can come back to me with any questions. And once you start practicing, see, the thing is with adults, you can practice right away, but with kids, you can't practice because we don't have volunteer kids. That doesn't happen. But we'll organize when classes start. You can sit in on other people's more experienced teachers' classes to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we won't be assigned a group right away.
Yes, you will. You will. You'll dive into the deep end, but you can watch somebody else teach as well on your day off.
And my question was, when you're making these groups of these students, we'll say the second group between 10 and 17, depending on how many numbers you get, do you try to keep the, we'll say, 15 to 17-year-olds in a group? If you've got 8 of them, just because
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, a 10-year-old and 17-year-old is very, very different.
It doesn't normally happen.
Yes. So when you say that, do you try to like group the older ones together for 8, the younger ones together for 8? Because we're all the same level, I believe. Yeah.
We level is the priority. The level of English is the priority once they turn 10, because we don't have enough students of the same age group and the same level. It's not like a school. And level, I mean, from 10 to 12, we normally have the same level. 13 to 16 have the same level. 13 to 15, 16 to 17 normally have the same level, and they've been coming for years. So.
And the other places, you won't be there, right?
What are the places?
Like Las Tablas or?
I'm based here.
Okay,
In Las Tablas, there's a coordinator. In Arapiles, there will be someone. There's another branch in Madrid. There will be someone at reception that can help as well.
How many coordinators are there?
There's junior coordinators, or
Yeah.
There's one junior coordinator.
Okay.
For like a general coordinator, but in every branch there's there's someone at reception that can help as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, everybody. And
Are we going to see you
tomorrow. I'm here at the office.
Okay,
It's
nice.
over.
Oh, great.
Well, thank you guys, and thank you at home.
I love it.